All right, I'll give it a quick second, and hopefully I can cut this out of the video part. But if not, well, it's fucking in there, so deal with it. Oh yeah, that's a good way. That's a good reason too. Let me turn my phone off like it's the fucking movies. Hey there, Jims and Jills. Welcome into another episode of the DAAAGenerates podcast. Oh, geez, what episode? We're on episode 105, and we are, oh boy, we're action packed. We got everything. We got, oh boy, we got a Bears rumors dropping out of nowhere this morning. White Sox, Cubs coming into play today, play each other this week. It's going to be cool. I'll be out in Vegas for Double or Nothing, AEW. But before we get into all that and more, let me introduce you to my co-host, Bill, Wild Bill. How the hell are you?
Hey, what's going on? We're doing good. I'm a little aggravated because, again, my fucking laptop not working. Anybody listening to this who's tech savvy might know how to fuck around with a computer. Please give me a hand. Give me some fucking advice.
Give him a call.
For some reason, the Wi-Fi just doesn't work on this thing. It doesn't pick up devices. It doesn't connect to devices. There has to be something wrong with some Wi-Fi driver. But other than that, we're having a great fucking week. Decent fucking weather. I know, just like you, I got a fucking jam-packed week. This is going to be a jam-packed fucking episode. We got the Red Sox game Thursday night. Friday, we're going to see fucking Top Gun. Sunday's the Cubs Sox game on the south
side. You're
gonna
go see Top Gun?
Oh yeah,
God.
Top Gun in the theaters, bro. Oh yeah, listen to some Kenny Loggins on the big screen. That's gonna get my dick nice and hard. And then Sunday night, like you said, we got AEW Double or Nothing. So it's a fucking jam-packed week. But to top it all off, this is the biggest thing for me. Friday, 2 a.m. Central Time, Obi-Wan Kenobi finally fucking drops. So everything that I just mentioned, we're going to talk a little bit about in this fucking episode. Like Nick said, we got some fucking, hopefully not fucking real, hopefully, just rumors, but some, some Bears news we got to get into. Yeah, we got to get into that, talk about that a little bit. Not the fucking news you want to hear, to start off a fucking Tuesday. But whatever, we got a couple fun things to start off the episode: football, basketball, wrestling, hockey, baseball. We got everything for you as always.
Yeah. You want to start off with these? We got two fun little questions, two little scenarios that we ran through. Which one you want to start off with? The little red and blue pill, or you want to start off with this Anchorman style fight?
We could start off with that one because that's been the big thing. It's been going around the internet and the Twitter world, and even on the radio station. All I feel like late last week, something came out, and it was like a Matrix style question: would you rather take the red pill or the blue pill? And I know I got my answer. You said you got yours. We'll debate it a little bit. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, the question was: would you rather Cody Parkey hit the field goal in 2018, not double doink, that'll be the fucking red pill, or the blue pill, Derrick Rose never gets hurt? And I mean, those are like the two big what ifs in Chicago sports history, along with that cheating fucking scumbag from the Packers slamming Jim McMahon on his head in 1986. And Dane Bramage, that dude has fucking sunglasses 24/7 now because he's got so many fucking brain issues.
Yeah, they just go right over that in the 85 Bears 30.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. That would have been fucking potentially back-to-back Super Bowls right there. So
100%.
Let's get into it. I'll get your opinion first. Which one would you rather take? The red pill with Parkey making a field goal, or the blue pill with D Rose never getting injured?
As fun as a Bears run would be, I'm gonna have to go with the other one. I'm gonna have to go Derrick Rose, easy, not tearing his ACL, because I think it's obvious, because the Bulls at the time were just the number one seed. They had everything going right for them. They were gonna blow right through the series. Just unfortunately at the time they were just up big and just one false move and they fucking misstep, and then there goes Derrick Rose's ACL, and there goes like an entire series. And damn well that after that was just the misstep that just led to the Bulls being just like the downfall of their organization for now. So I feel with that happening, Derrick Rose not only staying healthy, winning that series, they blow right through that series. They're gonna take on Miami. They had Miami's number, who was led by LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh that season. They had their number that season. They were even, I feel like they could have blown through them, won a championship, and maybe not been back to back, but a fully healthy Rose staying healthy after that would have, they would have been in contention for a long time afterward, instead of just being, it's slowly fading away, staying in contention, kind of being a fourth seed and is like an eighth seed, and then just being out of the playoffs altogether for the past couple of years. So I'm going Derrick Rose, easy.
Yeah, I agree I agree with you with the fact that, D Rose, if he is healthy, just the Bulls team that they had that year, they would have been perennial fucking contenders. And even, going forward after that, after the injury season. But, me being the Bears fan, I be obviously the bigger Bears fan than the Bulls fan. I'm going to take the other road. I'm going to take the fucking red pill. I'm going to take the fucking Cody Parkey makes that double doink or makes that field goal. I felt like that 2018 season for the Bears was a fucking season of destiny, and they know they are playing great football. They go 12-4. I know they blew it on opening night against the Packers, where Khalil Mack fucking hit his peak with the Bears in his first ever game. What a bum. Thank God he's gone. Nah, I'm just kidding. But that was just a season of destiny, dude. 12-4. We lose two of those games. Two of the four losses were because of Cody Parkey missed field goals. One of them we lost because Cordell Patterson and the Patriots at the time had like two, I think a kickoff and a punt return in that game. And that was just like, okay, we lost on, to a special teamer. And then the fourth loss was the comeback against the Packers. So, I mean, realistically, we were all 16 games of that season were winnable in my mind. And I remember going back to that night. We're hanging out by my dad's house, watching the game. We're going crazy, watching the Bears and the Eagles. I got buddies over, and that was the only time in my life. And this might sound dramatic. You're like, you're fucking lying, whatever. Where, obviously we're all standing up. He's lining up for the kick. He kicks it, fucking doinks off, the post and the crossbar. And I was sitting there and I honestly thought, like, this has to be like a dream. Like, this can't be fucking real. There is no way this dude loses 2 games for us in the regular season because of missing kicks, and, missed a bunch of kicks all that season. And now this is the way our season ends, at home with Chris Collinsworth. Love him or hate him, but the double doinked it. I just still hear his voice in my fucking head. And
it's one of those. It's one of those where I also know where I was too. I was chilling with the gator in his house.
And I honestly think I don't want to say the Bears would have won the Super Bowl that year.
That's going to be. That was going to be my question to qualify.
I think the Bears are in the Super Bowl that year if they win that game. I think they're just the way they were playing. I mean, you think, what was the Super Bowl that year? That was Rams Patriots, right? Yeah.
The 2018 winner. I just looked it up. They said that was Philadelphia.
I thought that was
unless
Rams
the double
Patriots.
unless the double doink was in 2017.
So it was 2018, but the playoffs technically 2019. So that was the Patriots Rams. We already beat the Rams that year. I know the Patriots and Brady, they were fucking great. But I think the Bears are easily in the Super Bowl, rematch of Super Bowl 20 between the Patriots and the Bears. And I mean, just our defense that year, the Patriots could barely move the ball on the Rams defense, and our defense was better. So I just think the Bears, I think they definitely would have been in the Super Bowl, and they could have. Obviously, if you're there, you can win it. But I think there was a good chance that the Bears could have fucking won the Super Bowl that year, because even though the offense wasn't great, we were putting up points, and our defense was fucking 1985-esque. I mean, they were just unbelievable. That was back when Eddie Jackson was actually good, and Adrian Amos wasn't a fucking traitor. But anyway, I'll take that one. And a little fun fact. And still to this date, there are two sports moments that in my brain they're ingrained in my fucking head. I have never gone and rewatched the replay of them. One of them being the fucking double doink. I have never, and whenever I see it popping up on the TV, I close my eyes, I look the other way, I don't watch it. And the other one, the Rajay Davis game tying home run in Game 7 of the World Series. I still have.
I like that one.
The rest of my fucking life until the day I'm in the fucking ground, I will never rewatch those two moments just because I remember how dark and how sad and how just upset I was in those moments. And like, I'm thinking maybe if I watch it, and I do watch it now again in 2022, and Rajay Davis hits that game-tying home run, that maybe the Cubs go on to lose that World Series in some crazy fucking multiverse MCU fucking dimension. Crazier things have happened.
True.
So I've never watched any of those, those two fucking moments. I've never watched replays of them. I never will. I'm getting off topic.
That makes me appreciate the little feature on YouTube that like you can just double click very fast whenever that's in like a compilation of like, best or worst football highlights or something like that, or a game time decision.
100%.
Yeah, it's always like, oh, Cody Parkey's lining up. I'm like, 25.
30 seconds later. Yep.
Yeah, I double doink my phone. I keep tapping it. Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna take the red pill or the blue, whatever fucking pill. I'm gonna take Cody Parkey makes that field goal just because I think the Bears can win a Super Bowl that year. It was just a season of fucking destiny, man.
I feel like like I said, I looked at both.
And that's just me being a big Bears fan. I mean, if I was a diehard Bulls fan, I could see the other way, but that's just personally for me. And anyone who says Derrick Rose, like, you can't argue against that anyway, because that
MVP season. I mean, exactly. He was, and then like I said, if that doesn't happen, that doesn't change like the way he thinks, the way he moves. I mean, maybe it was a ticking time bomb, just the way how explosive he was. Maybe his body was just going to go out eventually. And I can't sit here and say that because I have no medical experience, but like, I don't know. Looking in the crystal ball, I feel like that was kind of inevitable. That was just going to be him picking up the oh God, what do they call it?
I don't even know
the
Bill commissioners.
Russell. Yeah, the Bill Russell
commissioner. I don't even know what you call it. Yeah, who the fuck cares?
Yeah, so I mean,
yeah, you can't argue either way.
I felt
Derrick Rose was just an animal.
Yeah, I felt more confident saying that the Bulls would have won a championship. If we're playing what if, and I know you hate doing that, it's just if we're playing what if, the Bulls would have been more of a chance to get a championship than the Bears in that season, in that year, because I mean, the Patriots are nasty. Even though if it was that same season again, I recall them playing, and they just lost the Patriots like 35.
Exactly. That was the one where I think
it was close. We
drove it down. We drove it down the field, and we were at like the 2-yard line, and the clock expired. And that was also Cordell Patterson had 2 kick returns on us, and we beat the Rams in that same season. I forgot what the offensive lineman's name was who caught the fucking touchdown, but fat guy pride right there.
There you go. Fat guy touchdown.
I can't think of his fucking name off the top of my head, but
yeah.
I think in that season, I think the Bears would have had a better chance of winning the Super Bowl or winning a championship, but overall, like in just their periods of like the teams they had, I think the Bulls would have gotten the championship before the Bears did, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't.
Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I also ran a little hypothetical by you, and I don't know if maybe you had the chance to think about it. Maybe I don't know if I had a good explanation in our little notes or whatnot, but I thought of this like have Have you seen the movie Anchorman? Have you seen
Oh
both
yeah.
Anchormans?
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
just I softball question. I figured I knew that. So obviously the famous scene of them all meeting up in the back alley, like at least four of them each to the news station that are all they all got like a specific weapon on them, a grenade or like a fucking barbed wire bat or something. And that was just the goal was to beat everybody up. But I was thinking substitute all those news anchors and all those news teams for all this current sports books that are going around that are basically fighting every day for your goddamn hard-earned money. So I figured it'd be fun hypothetical. Maybe who wins, who's involved, what's maybe you can pick out your specific weapon of choice. I mean, it was just fun. I feel like this would be pretty cool, and just by default, I feel like two of the four. For points bet, we're gonna represent them, so we got to figure out two teammates for us. We got to come to a decision, pick out your weapon, and then like I said, we'll look over our opponents and we'll kind of feel the field. How you feeling on this? Are you feeling confident, or how you feeling right now?
I think we're gonna take this points bet. Team points bet's gonna take this one in 4.
Okay. All right. Easy peasy. Like I said, we're getting two of us right now. Like us burly guys. We're out there. We're representing. I was thinking about my weapon right away. I immediately thought I'm going classic, a 2x4 with a rusty, dirty nail sticking at the end of it.
Oh.
Going simple and easy. And if that breaks eventually, I'll probably just use my hands or I'll find a dead guy's weapon and pick it up, easy peasy. But we gotta think of two others. Go ahead. But go ahead.
I have no idea what the name of the weapon is, but the fucking stick with the chain and the spiked ball on it.
Oh, a mace. You want a mace?
That would be mine. Yeah,
okay.
Where I'm just swinging the big spiked ball around and impaling people on the head.
No, that's a good one.
There.
That is an awesome one. Would you want the Kill Bill style one where it's like a little lighter and you got like the longer chain?
Oh yeah, you need the lighter. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Speed kills.
Then you can choke them out with the chain too, just like like I said, killer scene. That's awesome. But like I said, we got to come up with two other teammates. I was thinking, again, kind of by default, you got to go Allen Iverson. He's been there. He's been in some fights before, but in his day, and I think he's still got some fight in him left. So I think we got to go.
And he even got
Iverson.
pulled over once with a gun in his car, so he's strapped. That dude's strapped.
Goddamn right. That might just be his weapon of choice. A gun, easy enough. Yeah. And then I was thinking a toss up between Devin Hester or Drew Brees, both kind of older. Hester's got the speed. Drew Brees kind of got the knowledge. But then I also considered the Bulls and the White Sox are also sort of partners with points bet. So I figured, can we get, I don't know, Jose Abreu with a baseball bat going? Can we get, I don't know, DeMar DeRozan with some brass knuckles? I mean, that would be pretty cool. Vucevic with a machete.
Yeah, or fucking like Patrick Wisdom, but with like a fucking like one of those big old like clubs, like those caveman type clubs, I mean, the dude's huge, he's jacked, he'd just be taking heads off left and right.
I mean, it's basically a big old baseball bat. Yeah, big old Billy Club. I mean, and then like
Billy
said,
Club, that was the name.
We gotta look at our opponents. I was thinking, we got the Barstool sports book out there.
I hope White Sox Dave is in there.
There you go. You'd figure maybe you want White Sox Dave, you can go ahead and have him. But like I said, default, you would think Dave Portnoy's gonna go out there and represent. Maybe not. He's the big millionaire, but Big Cat. I was thinking maybe the spitting chicklets guys go out there or something. They
Biz might be up there. He's a big gambler, and he's. I mean, look at his career in the NHL. He was always sort of that tough guy on all the teams he was on. So I think he'd be up there too.
Just kind of like how you have, you would want to take on at White Sox Dave. I'll throw Brandon Walker there. He's got some weird wrestling takes, and he was not very nice to me when I commented on the show that they got one day when he used to read the YouTube comments.
What a douche!
He was mean to me. So throw him in there. I'll knock him. What for? I don't know anyone that does like FanDuel. I don't know if there's anybody. So whatever. Caesars. The only people I saw was JB Smoove and Patton Oswalt. That's easy. They were gonna blow right through those guys. here's the problem we ran into. I saw DraftKings, and again, there's no like one person, but they do have access to the entire AEW and WWE roster because they're sponsors. So that's where lies the problem. You got some real hard hitting athletes, whether it's not just the guys that they got up there, or the guys or the gals that they got up there in the main limelight. They might just have some jacked 7-footers that they haven't put on TV just yet. So that's going to be pretty intimidating. So that's where it gets a little hazy. I don't know. I'm with you for the sake of being a homer. Points bet code SYS9. Sign up now. You get some fucking free shit. Go ahead and do all that. But
there was one name. There was one name that I wanted to throw into the fucking DraftKings sponsors.
Okay.
And this was just one that I found up, and maybe you can look up this guy's name as I'm saying it, just so you know who I'm talking about. This was a very, very, very early sponsor for DraftKings. I'm talking like 2014, 2015. And that is actor Larry Joe Campbell, who played Andy on According to Jim. Now, you look him up, you will immediately know who I'm talking about.
Oh,
you
yeah.
See this guy everywhere. I hate that dude.
Why? What's wrong with him?
I liked the show According to Jim, but I just thought that character was a little pussy. So I just don't like his face. I don't like him as an actor. So
he looks
I want
if
him
Brock
to line up
Lesnar
against
got
me.
a little, had a little, it was a yeah. That's he got a little mushed in or something. Maybe he was on the
So Larry Joe Campbell was a very early sponsor, for I guess spokesperson, whatever you want to call it, for DraftKings back when they like only did the daily, pick your fucking lineup. You got a certain salary cap, whatever that shit's called, your daily lineup, your daily fantasy or whatever.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And I've never liked him, so I want him to line up against me, and his weapon of choice would be like a box of Twinkies. And I'm just going at him with the mace, and I'm gonna impale his fucking head.
A box of Twinkies as your weapon. Good luck with
that. He just throws them at you like they're fucking grenades or something.
Oh shit. Yeah, like I said,
that was one name there.
Can't look into the future on
now,
that. Yeah.
Going to our team, I honestly wouldn't mind having like Drew Brees on the team and having him with some sort of throwable weapon.
That's as soon as you said that, that's kind of what I was thinking too. Get him in a high place, maybe, hide him up in a building or get him in a tree. I don't know. Just
he'll be our fucking Overwatch.
Just chucking some grenades. Yeah, you got him on the microphone. Hey, he's over on the port bow. Hey, he's over to your left, Jim. Just shit like that.
Or we're gonna give him like, I don't know, bronze plated footballs with just a fucking spike on the tip of it, and he's just throwing it into people's chests.
Oh my god! And then and it's like have you ever seen? Oh god, I'm getting a little brutal. Maybe I'm showing a little too much color, but like when you ever see those arrows when as soon as they make contact with stuff, they open up.
They open up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and really fucks people up.
We'll do that, and we'll put like a string on it so it's easily retractable. So it comes right back to me.
Scorpion from fucking Mortal Kombat.
Exactly. And he's just doming people with this spiked football. We could even light it on fire if we want.
That is,
and we'll just have him just throwing balls at people.
So creative. It's so you just gotta be watchful. You gotta make sure no one grabs the chain and tries to get it for themselves. Yeah, you just gotta be mindful.
Would be bad then.
Electric shock.
Or we could just have him like a backpack on, or like one of those little satchels on his side where he just pulls out football after football. I even think he played baseball for a little bit, so maybe we'll change it to baseballs and you have more of them,
Okay, yeah.
And we could put like cyanide laced baseballs and he just throws them at fucking people, donking them in the head.
Hey, no chemical warfare.
No rules.
Yeah, no rules. It's a fight. We're biting people's ears off. We're biting noses off. I don't care. Popping eyeballs out. We don't care. That's how we roll.
Speaking of biting noses or biting ears, Mike Tyson is a sponsor for someone too. I can't remember who.
Oh, geez.
But yeah, he would be on a team, and that would be tough.
I lose.
Yeah,
sorry,
that would be
I
tough.
lose.
That's
I
where we
would
just
just
get Allen Iverson. We're like, hey, get the gun. Get the gun, too, because no weapon's gonna fuck this dude up.
Yeah.
Need you.
Yeah, get the
Need
gun.
a weapon, dude.
I remember, yeah, he was in a bowling alley incident. He threw like a chair at somebody. That's why I thought like, he's got some experience in this back in the day.
He's got that fiery
I've
side
done
to
that.
him, you know.
That too. Yeah, he's got that. Oh man, I mean, I feel like we spent enough time on that. We got so much actual sports to get into. I just feel like it's a little fun. It's a little palate cleanser. We haven't done anything fun like that in a little bit. So I mean, going from a little fun to maybe something a little less tasteful, I guess, in my opinion. I feel like we got to lead off with this because it's hitting home. It's the freshest thing I feel. Got to go with the Roquan Smith rumors. My goodness, I got a lot of saliva. I don't know. Maybe you got more information on it than me. Maybe you want to lead off with this. It's not really looking good so far.
Yeah, there's
it's
not
a lot of hearsay.
There's not a whole lot out on the whole situation, but basically,
I had to go to Twitter for it. Sorry, I don't mean to keep cutting you off. When I looked it up on Google, there was nothing on it this morning. No major headline, no major news reporters are making any reports on it as of 1:45 p.m. on a Tuesday right now. So
yeah, apparently some I don't know. Oh, I do know her name. Her TikTok, which recently has been deleted. Her name was Monster Queef. I'm not making that up.
That is legit.
Her username was Monster Queef, and apparently she's 15 years old. And there was a TikTok of her hanging out with Roquan Smith, and they were in a car and they're sitting next to each other, and nothing other than that. But I guess she came out on TikTok and sort of said that Roquan Smith had, sexually assaulted her. And there's a little video right here that I'm actually watching right now, and it's just a video of her laying in her bed crying, and it says, "You did not break me," or "You cannot break me." And then it is a picture of Roquan Smith from college standing in what looks to be a weight room, but she has his face blocked out. But I mean, you can clearly tell who it is. So
yeah,
I mean, if this is true, fuck that guy. Obviously, he's gone. He's a scumbag. If anybody, it doesn't matter. You do something like this, you got to be fucking gone. So, yeah, I mean, these are just accusations right about now. I hope they're not true because this guy's a dog. I mean, he's a great dude off the field. He's banging porn stars left and right, which I might be a little tough look there. Might give, some people the wrong impression of him. But, I mean, hey, this guy's young. He likes to have fun. He's in the NFL. Go out there and have your fun. Just, I mean, this might be a little fucking too much. And if this is true, like I said, that's not good. That's not good for him. Obviously, it's not good for the Bears, and that's not good for, the Bears going forward, because he's a piece that, we're planning to build around, because I mean, he's a top linebacker in football right now. So, I mean, just like the Cain Velasquez incident, we'll keep you guys updated as we find out more. But I mean, this was just reported today, Tuesday the 24th, a couple hours ago. So we don't know a whole lot on it.
Yeah, I've seen stuff maybe like as far as like 12 hours ago, just basically the same thing, just asking like, are you really going to take your news, or are you going to take this headline from a account known as Monster Queef? I mean, that's tough to look at and say like that's legit, but I guess the videos will tell if it is. But as of now, it's as simple as they're just in the car together. They aren't like,
exactly,
they're not hanging off of each other. They're hanging out again. That's it looks like, yeah, it does look
like
weird.
A 15-year-old,
yeah. But I mean, whoever was holding the camera, we don't know who that was either. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and try and make a defense for him, because I don't know either. It's a tough look. It does look weird that, he's trying to get a new contract this year, and then something like this drops. A lot of people are being fucking very, very critical of that, but
Yeah. And I mean,
it is what it is. It's rumors right now. It's
all I gotta say, just to wrap this up, we've seen this time and time again with dozens and dozens and dozens of athletes. I mean, Derrick Rose had it happen to him. Patrick Kane had it happen to him. Just, two guys here in Chicago recently. I mean, this has happened to athletes all over the place. I'm not saying that I don't believe the woman. Don't take that as that at all. But there are women out there who do this shit. And that's all I'm gonna say. So I'm not saying Roquan's right. I'm not saying he's wrong. We don't know shit yet. I'm just saying, this isn't the first time and it's not the last time an athlete is accused of doing something like this. So until we find out more, who the fuck knows?
Yeah,
we'll keep you updated.
There's that, and it's just like it's good that a story or a case like the Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing is coming to light, so we can also see that women can be crazy, women can be wrong, but I'm not saying that this is it in this situation, but there are situations where it is just what it is. I don't know. It sucks. It always, it sucks to wake up and to see that when you roll out of bed or whatever. And just, that's basically a guy in your team, the guy that you just said, a piece that we want to build around is being accused of something that you don't want to be.
Yeah. And I mean,
and then he deactivates his accounts. He limits who can comment on stuff. I mean, it's a mix of, is it guilt or is it just, do you not want to deal with the bullshit of everyone coming in?
You want to protect yourself. You don't want to see all the shit people are going to be saying about you. Cause obviously nowadays people jump to conclusions so fucking fast. They might as well just put the guy in the cell and lock him away forever. Like if it was up to some of the people on the internet, that's exactly what they would do because they're stupid. But I mean, you just don't want to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's sort of why he did that shit.
Yeah.
With the whole Twitter, Instagram, whatever, deactivating it.
Yeah, not too much to say else on that other than just I hope it's not true, just straight up. And I mean, and if it's not true, don't harass either person either way. I guess that's the best way, but no one's going to be an adult about this, so
no,
do your
best. That's where I totally disagree with you. If this is fake and all made up, I think women should be held accountable for doing shit like this because
I mean, of
fucks
course,
up people's lives and their reputations and their careers. And that's a whole other fucking can of worms that I'm not going to get into that's not our place. But
that's at the responsibility of Roquan Smith taking the action of doing that for doing a defamation case like I just said, doing it like
and I mean even if you do lose, you admit to lying, you go through the civil court and you lose whatever money, time, your reputation, and just all the time you lost defending yourself against the lie is like the worst thing. Like you just wasted so much time and effort defending yourself because another person lied about something so fucking terrible. So we'll see what the fuck happens. Hopefully it's not true. And if it is true, fucking lock him away forever. Give him the fucking chair because those are the worst people in the fucking world. Those pedophile fucking freaks.
It is. Yeah, it does. It's a tough look. It's gross. It sucks. That's
some people say it's a sexuality nowadays. Huh. Oh, you're fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, there are some communities that are like, oh, there's pedophiles, and then there's like this group. And it's like, you're still.
Let me join that group for a day. Let me hang out with you. We'll straighten that out real quick.
I'll bring
as I am currently holding. I'm not even kidding. As I said that, you might have heard the flick. I have a lighter in my hand.
Oh, jeez. Yeah,
so I might have something fun planned for
crazy bastard.
Those people who like little boys and girls. But anyway,
we'll stay on a nicer note.
Let's just next 3 hours talk about sexual assault.
Jesus,
fuck that.
I don't have enough notes on that. I don't have any notes on that. Really, I'll be completely honest.
Or we could take it the other way and talk about our sexual preferences. I like turtles.
Yeah, I like turtles.
I like turtles.
Yeah.
I just remember that there was like a famous, like, before TikTok was a thing. Obviously, everyone remembers Vines, and there was like this not this compilation, but like people were like saying what I was attracted,
That was a
what they're
YouTube
attracted to.
channel.
Like, I like this, I like that, I like threesomes, I like gangbangs, and then the last thing is I like turtles. And that's just what pops into my head every fucking time.
I like turtles.
Yeah.
Big tits. I mean, let's we can talk about Kyle Fuller being hometown kid, being back coming back home, being signed to the Baltimore Ravens this morning. I didn't really get any detail on the signing, how long, how
I think it's
much
just
money,
1
but
year. I don't know
there
how
you go.
much it is, but I think it's 1 year. I'm happy. I mean, he's joining a great defense over there. He'll be their number 2, obviously, behind
Number 2.
Humphreys, who, I mean, Humphreys is one of the best in the game right now. So that defense is looking absolutely terrifying over there.
Oh yeah.
And I like rooting for the Ravens. I got my boy John Corey. Shout out John Corey. He's a big Ravens fan. He likes listening to the podcast. So I always like rooting for him, and I'll be rooting for Kyle Fuller too, because I mean that's just a great situation for him on a great team, tough division. But I mean, when they're healthy, if they're not losing, 30 guys like they did last year, I think they're contenders. So, great situation for him. I'm happy for him. Hell, I'd like to have him back here, but I mean, he probably don't want to come back here, and I don't blame him.
Solidifies a pretty solid defense, and like you just said, a highly contested division. You saw also that Jadeveon Clowney also reached a decision with the Browns. He'll be staying there. So I mean, 2 solid defenses there. I mean, the Steelers are still the Steelers. They have a pretty, not lackadaisical, but they got a pretty okay defense with a the division all around is gonna be crazy. And
yeah,
then,
okay,
the Bengals
defense.
right
But
there.
you got the best defensive player, I think, in the league. JJ Watt. You could argue Watt or Donald, but
TJ Watt.
yeah, TJ Watt. I mean, you got him on your team. Your defense is good. So
yeah, absolutely. He's gonna be. Him or Nick Bosa probably looking to be like a defensive player of the year type candidate, but I mean we can get into all that later. Last little thing on NFL while we're just staying on on the topic of it while we're right here. I don't know if did you see that they had a little leak, kind of went viral, kind of didn't, because it was just shut down almost right away. There was a spot fake scene of the Madden cover leak coming out this year. Were you able to take a look at that?
I did see something about it. I don't know if you and I are talking about the same thing, but I'll let you talk about it and intro it and see if we are talking about the same picture.
Sure. So I mean, the only one that I saw was excuse me. Sorry again. It was just a billboard, not a billboard, just a bus stop ad, basically, right outside of Canton. Some guy just tweeting, he was like, "Oh my God, this looks so cool," and like hashtag Madden had this is basically the leaked cover, just a picture of Madden, John Madden with like a gold arch around it. It has Madden 23 underneath it. But honestly, when you take a good look at it, you only see the glare on the borders of it, nothing on the actual picture itself. And it's a bright and sunny day over there. And then sure enough, when you take a look at that, and you also look at the comments and the replies on the Twitter posts and probably everywhere else, it's like fake. I live there. That ain't there, bro. And essentially just fuck you. You suck. That's basically also another one. So I don't know. Yeah, this ain't real. I live there. This ain't real. Y'all dumb as fuck if you think this is real. Just I don't know. That's basically what I'm saying. I don't know if that's a good description. What is that what you were referring to as well?
That is not actually.
Okay.
And I'm glad I did see that picture you were talking about. I thought you were talking about this other one, and I am currently sending you a picture of the one that I'm talking about. It says, Madden 22, and it has an offensive lineman from the Broncos named Quinn Miners, and it's him sitting there with his gut hanging out, jersey rolled up above his gut. He's wearing shorts. He's just posing, sitting there, fucking probably taking a breather.
This isn't even mid game. This is practice mode.
Yeah, this is a practice
great.
picture. I thought that was the one you were talking about. That would be hilarious.
No. Yeah, this would be, hands down. I would get back into buying new Maddens again if this was going to be the new cover.
Yeah.
This might be the legendary edition. I know they come out with 3 different fucking versions of it. They come out with the standard, the MVP, the all-star, and then the fucking legendary mode. So I think this should be the legendary status. You might have, sorry, John Madden, I know you just passed away. You might have to be just shoved down a tier. This is going to have to be the legendary tier. He'll get the MVP tier, and then it'll just be like Patrick Mahomes again on the fucking standard tier again.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know what we're talking about, I'm going to go retweet the tweet right now on our Twitter page. And it's basically a big fat offensive lineman from the Broncos with his gut hanging out. And it says Madden 22. It's hilarious. So I'm glad, I'm sort of glad we had different ones because this one was fucking hilarious.
There we go. It's a little bit better because I went dim. Oh, that went bright again. Okay, maybe you see the fat fuck. You see, that's great.
That's hilarious.
It's fantastic.
I would buy that. I would buy that if that was like a special $100 version. I would instantly buy it.
Oh, without a doubt.
No doubt. Like I don't even play the Ultimate Team shit, and that's usually you buy the special version to get packs and all that stupid shit, which I don't care about.
Yeah,
I would buy it just for that cover art. Like I don't even play Ultimate Team. I would probably never even open those packs. I don't give a fuck.
Like you can get old games graded. They get like old Super Smash Bros and like with Super Nintendo games and fucking like the original Mario. They get them graded if they're in the box. We'll just do that right away. Just get
that's a great idea. And you know what? I would even try and get it signed by him because no one's ever asked for his autograph.
No,
he's probably I don't know who he is. He's probably a backup. Looks like tackle. No one's ever wanted his autograph. I'll be like, Mr. Manners, can you sign my edition of Madden, please?
Oh shit!
Like, who the fuck is this guy? And then I would, get it graded, and that would be hanging up on the wall.
Yeah, honestly, if we're doing it, if anytime soon we can get some interviews, mark it down. We want him on the list of future, graspable interviews, something like that. That's what we want.
I'll never forget the fake cover. I think it was like Madden 11, Madden 12. It was when Andre Johnson beat the fuck out of Cortland Finnegan, and he had him on the ground. He was punching him in the back of the head, and that was just the cover art. I think that was like an Xbox 360. Like it was all the way back there. Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure
that was a great fake.
I'm sure they also came out with a Kareem Hunt version of it too.
Oh yeah, Ray Rice one and the fucking
like that. Yeah. They just have him like in chains or like in handcuffs. Oh my!
What about the fucking? I know the other famous one was the Madden 25. It had Aaron Hernandez had him holding a gun, and it said Madden 25 to life. It was the best. That's the best one right there.
Oh shit!
A lot of these fake covers are absolutely hilarious.
Honestly, Madden 25, that was probably the last decent Madden from my
I think so. They've been shit since.
Yeah, it's been a rough go. Well, hopefully they get better, and hopefully the NCAA games, hopefully when that series reopens and drops again, hopefully those will be good. We can go ahead and that was enough NFL for me. I don't know if you got anything else on there. We can transition.
I think that's about it for football. Yeah, not much
to the diamond.
Going on.
No, not really. Obviously, I mean, it's May. We're talking about football, and nothing starts till fucking what? August, October. Yeah. August, September. Yeah. So that's just how it is. But I mean, still an exciting baseball season. I feel like we can dive in on that. Our usual Cubs Sox, and then we got a bunch of stuff afterward to get into. I feel like I think I opened up last week complaining about the Sox. I turned to the other cheek. We got some good positive feedback, but I feel like I got to be fair. I feel like you should flip it over to you. You guys got a decent little schedule coming up. What's going on with the side?
Talk a little fucking Cubs baseball here. Unfortunately, not too good of a week. Lost 3 out of 4. to the Diamondbacks. Did win 2 out of 3 against Pittsburgh. I think that was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 against Pittsburgh. Took 2 out of 3 there. And then Thursday through Sunday, dropped 4 out of 3. That Sunday or Saturday loss, that was tough because the Cubs were up in that one, I think 4-0, and ended up losing that one 7-6 in extras. So tough loss there. They do come back Sunday, get a 5-4 win. They also win Monday, the 23rd, against the Reds 7-4. That was cool. I sort of need the Reds to start winning some games because I don't want them coming in last place.
They're looking like they can turn it around.
I hope so. I hope the Pirates come in last this year.
Maybe
That's
Joey
all I
Votto
want.
gets his back going. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
He hit his first home run this year, and it was the other day in his home country of Canada. Ooh. He only has 1 home run on the year, and it was up in Toronto, so that was interesting.
Oh, Canada.
Yeah, fuck them. No, I like Canadians. I think they're cool. I like listening to them talk because they talk funny. Obviously, oh, hey, here we go, hey, playing my NHL game, NHL with the leagues that I play in with all these hockey dudes. Just listen to them talk shit and heckle and chirp each other is absolutely hilarious. It's just something different. Like in America, there's a certain words and phrases. I'm not going to say them here, but it's pretty much the same thing. These guys are so creative when they're talking shit to each other. Yeah. It's crazy.
You ever watch? Yeah. Sidebar. Do you ever watch Letterkenny?
Yes, I watched Letterkenny, and they actually Friday they're coming out with a spin-off Letterkenny show called Shoresy. And it's all about the one character Shoresy, the hockey guy, and it's all about him.
Okay.
And it came out, I think, last Friday in Canada, and then this week, the 27th,
yeah, they have
available
it on,
in the
Crackle
States
or something like that, and then it comes out on Hulu later.
So I'm definitely gonna have to watch it. I saw some clip, like a 2-minute clip on Twitter the other day, and I need to
catch up myself on Letterkenny, but yeah, it's essentially that. Now it's either that or I'll watch just the YouTube compilations, just NHL people chirping each other on the sideline. There's 25 30-minute long compilations, part 1 through like 20. It's fucking fantastic. Or when they used to do the HBO ones too. I'm sorry, I'm getting off course. Go Cubs. What are you talking about?
Wait, did you just say go Cubs?
I said talk about the Cubs.
You heard go Cubs. I gotta clip that and record
no,
it. No,
I'm gonna I edit these. I can do what I want. I have the power. Go scumbag. Talk about the Cubs.
All right.
I'm gonna throw like a censor in there. I'm gonna throw a giant bleep in there or some shit. Or like a George Carlin joke.
Let's go all the way back to Tuesday the 17th. Last time we recorded, Cubs got a nice 7-0 win over the Pirates at home. And a big night for two young guys, both of them making their MLB debuts. One being Christopher Morel. He's a top prospect in the Cubs organization. Came up, got a full count, 3-2. Whoever the fucking dude was, grooved him a fastball right down the cock, and he hit it onto. I thought he hit it onto Waveland, but I guess it hit like the very, very back fence of the concourse and stayed in. So first MLB at bat, hits a home run. Wrigley went fucking wild because, maybe not the highest expectations for this guy because he's not a Marquez. He's not a Braylon Marquez, Miguel Amaya, Brennan Davis, but he is a top prospect. So who knows? He might be one of the guys who gets called up a couple of years from now. He stays in the lineup, full-time guy. I think he's up right now just because of Jason Hayward being on the IL. Like I said last week, I hope Jason Hayward remains on the IL for the remaining year and a half of his contract because fucking he's a bum. I'd rather see these young guys like Christopher Morel and maybe even a Brennan Davis, Pete Crow Armstrong come up and play because they're the future of this organization. But whatever. Christopher Morel hits a fucking piss missile, bat flips, jogs around the bases. He actually missed first base. He was so excited and he was watching the home run that he rounded first and he didn't even touch the bag. So he had to go back, touch first, go around the bases, got a little curtain call. That was cool. He was the first Cub to homer in his first major league at bat since someone we've been talking about an awful lot on the podcast, since Wilson Contreras did it in 2016, also did it against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And I remember watching that game on ESPN, and both of them were Sunday night ESPN games too. So a nice little, nugget for both of them. And then the other Cub I want to talk about, left-handed reliever Brandon Hughes, another one of these special moments that we always talk about. He makes his debut. He was the first major league pitcher in the modern era. I don't know what that means. I don't know what time period that is, to come in his
I think
major
that means
league...
while TVs weren't in black and white. I think that's what that means to me, but I could be very wrong.
Yeah, I don't know what the technical fucking meaning of modern era means. But Brandon Hughes is the first pitcher in the MLB in the modern era to come in his MLB debut and have his first 5 outs all be strikeouts. So he came in, struck out the first 5 guys he saw, got the 6th out, pitched 2 shutout innings in his fucking debut. That was great. But the moment that I love to see, with Father's Day coming up in a couple weeks, his whole family was there, and you just seen his dad. I think it was his mom, his dad, his sister, and his grandfather. I want to see, just watching his dad on the edge of his seat, just freaking out and cheering with every strike and every strikeout. You could see he was getting emotional. And after he got his 3rd strikeout of the first inning and walked off the inning, the Cubs fans obviously went crazy. His dad started going crazy. You could see he was starting to shed a couple tears. So that was an awesome moment. Yeah, nice. That was a fucking awesome moment.
Bigger than sports.
Exactly. Going back to a couple weeks ago, we talked about the Spencer Torkelson getting his first hit and his family being there and how awesome that is. And Spencer Torkelson, he's expected to do that. He's first overall pick, supposed to be a fucking superstar, and he's playing good this year. This Brennan Hughes guy, he came out of nowhere. I think he was like a 20-something round pick for the Cubs. Never was really expected to come up to the major league level, and he's been doing great this year down in the minors. So they gave him a shot up in the majors, and to do this in the same night as Christopher Morel. I mean, 2 young guys, looking good for the Cubs. So good for both of them. Let's see. We talked about, the wins and losses on the field. We had Fergie Jenkins Day, which was last Friday. Unfortunately, the Cubs lose 10-6
take a look at Arizona. The new statue that they unveiled.
Yeah, it was fucking cool, man. They unveiled Fergie Jenkins statue. I mean, this guy, I don't know, because I don't know every Canadian baseball player there ever was, but everybody says he's the greatest Canadian baseball player of all time.
And I go into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. So, so I sort of believe him. And
you kind of have to at that point. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, them unveiling, I forgot what they call it, Statues Row or whatever it was. That was cool to see him up on the stage right next to Billy Williams, one of his lifelong friends, with the statue right next to Ernie and Ron Santo and Billy Williams. That was awesome. So congratulations to Fergie Jenkins having that statue. That was beautiful. 2 other things just on the field. I mean, obviously the wins haven't been there, and we know the wins aren't going to be there the entire season. But like we said, all the way back in the leadoff, I'm just expecting, I want to see positive signs out of these younger guys. And I think the Cubs are getting a lot of that. I mean, you look at our bullpen this year, we have the 6th lowest combined ERA out of the bullpen in the league right now. So that's a great stat to have. And just a couple names not off the top of my head, just a couple names I want to highlight. Michael Givens, 15 1/3 innings pitched with a 3.8 ERA. Chris Martin, 15 innings pitched with a 3 ERA, right on the dot. Zach Efros, one of the nastiest sliders I've ever seen. Like the thing that, like, people do such crazy things with baseballs nowadays, and this dude has sort of like a 3/4 sidearm release and just throwing that slider against righties. It looks like it's impossible to fucking hit. And I mean, in 17 and a third innings this year, he has a 2.08 ERA. So he's doing great. Rowan Wick, 15 innings pitched, 1.8 ERA. Mr. Trade Bait fall down the stairs while he's vacuuming. David Robertson, 15 and a third innings pitched and a 1.7 ERA. And a guy that I've talked about left and right over the last couple of weeks. I think the most impressive pitcher overall for the Cubs. That's been Keegan Thompson, excuse me. 26 innings pitched, 1.38 ERA. He's 3-0 on the year. He's only given up 23 hits, 27 strikeouts, and 5 earned runs. And this kid's only 24 years old. So the Cubs bullpen is looking great. You know, I wouldn't be too upset if Chris Martin, Michael Givens, and even David Robertson at some point of the year dealt off to other teams, get some incoming, prospects for them, because they are a little bit on the older side. I know David Robertson's like 30, 37. I want to say Chris Martin's in his mid 30s. I think 34, and Givens is in his early 30s. So they're up there, but they're performing. Probably going to get flipped at one point. But these other guys, Keegan Thompson, Rowan Wick, Scott F. Ross, playing great out of the bullpen for the Cubs. That's what I want to see. Again, like I've said multiple times, good to see these young dudes doing good, progressing. It's what I want to see going forward. And then the last thing I had on the Cubs, completely flip-flop what I just say. The fucking 30-year-old rookies have been red fucking hot right now. Frank Schwindel and Patrick Wisdom. Wisdom is homered in his last 4 games. And over the weekend, Frank Schwindel and Patrick Wisdom have did something that hasn't been done for the Cubs since 1969. They had back-to-back games where they hit back-to-back home runs, and that was the first time that has happened in Cubs history since 1969. And just to show you how tough this is to do, how do I say this? What, put the group of players that they're in. 1969, this was done by Billy Williams and Mr. Cub Ernie Banks. So the Cubs have had some good players over the years, a lot of guys that can hit for power, and no one's been able to do that since 1969. So great. What's the fucking term I'm looking for? Good, not crowd to be in. Good, whatever. You do something that Ernie Banks and Billy Williams did back in 69. Good company. That's good company to be in.
It's a good
That's
company of names to be with.
Exactly.
Yes.
And again, 2 guys, Schwindel, Wisdom, I don't expect to be around, when the Cubs are ever good again. So just to see them, living out their dream. These guys both spent a long time in the minors, battled to get their way to the fucking majors, and now they're having some success, individually. So it's good to see. I love watching Schwindel play the game because he's so energetic. He's just soaking in every moment that he can because he knows that his time is limited here in the major leagues. And 2 weeks ago, the Cubs sent him down, wasn't doing too great. Very next night came up, went 2 for 3 or 2 for 4 with a home run and a double, and he's been red hot ever since. So,
I feel like we said that, and then he was in the lineup either the next night, same night, or the very next day. Like it was instantaneously, he was right back.
So that's really it on Cubs news. Morel, Brandon Hughes, Keegan Thompson, good to see these young guys doing good. And hey, the fucking 31-year-old rookies, Schwindel and Wisdom, are even getting it done. Again, congratulations to Fergie Jenkins. He, that statue is beautiful, man. I mean, I think the day after it was unveiled, they had a game there, and the sun was sort of coming down. It was a clear day, and just to see the sun fucking beating on that thing and just shining off of every little fucking curve and crevice and whatever the fuck you want to call them on that statue looked fucking beautiful.
They had some really cool detail.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually got to look at it myself. Just like the folds of it, and then like they even like got him throwing whatever he's throwing. They got the hand grip going. It's a nice looking statue. Have you ever?
It's pretty neat.
Have you ever watched? It was like the Jeff Foxworthy show back in the day, and they would do redneck word of the day. and they use the word statue.
Yeah.
Have you heard that example?
I haven't heard the one you're talking about, but I know what show or what what you're talking about. Yeah.
So they did statue, and it was just like something like was rustling. He's the guy's like cleaning or something. He goes, Bill, statue. There you go. That is your redneck word of the day.
Oh yeah, I remember there was something where like people would make memes of like Mexican words of the day too, and it was like the same concept. Yeah, those things are hilarious. Yeah,
and my only other I guess thing on yours, kind of, I don't know, just to call back to what it is. The modern era is considered from 1946 until the present day. So there you go. That is. So if you're take away anything from today, at least you'll learn something. That's bottom line. So like you said, you got nothing. You got anything else on?
Other
on
than
Cub
that,
guys?
Other than that, fucking Cubs Sox game this Sunday from the cell. We're going with the boys. We're gonna be tailgating. The Malort's gonna be flowing.
Oh, geez.
It's gonna get fucking greasy. I don't expect the Cubs to win it all because it looks like Kopech's gonna be on the mound. I might witness a no hitter, which would be cool. But we're gonna have fun. We're gonna be barbecuing. It's gonna be a beautiful day Sunday.
Actually, I looked at the probables. I saw Wade Miley versus Keuchel. So maybe bet the over. Bet the over on Saturday, and then Sunday I saw another lefty. You guys, Drew
Smiley, yeah.
Then we got Johnny Cueto going, who's got 12 innings of no runs, and he's got 12 strikeouts. So a strikeout per innings right now. So love it.
So bet the Sox -1.5 is what you're saying.
I would personally. I might even bump.
No, I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think I'm going to the Sox game Thursday with my girlfriend, and I'm going to the Cubs Sox game Sunday. And I don't think I'm gonna gamble at all. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna eat some helmet nachos, drink some beers, and just enjoy it, and not have to sweat out of bed.
You say that.
I think I'm true.
We've been banging out some big ones right there. I know you got the Colorado Avalanche win. That was pretty huge the other day.
Baby. -1.5, Lock City.
There's what was it? Find a way. That's the hashtag. I sent that to my brother, who's like he's been actually following the Colorado Avalanche since like he was a teenager. So I think it's funny when I said them shit like that when I just make money off his team. Either way, we can get into the actual team that I like. The White Sox. We'll switch over to the South Side. I just well, E.T.
Shit! I just dropped. Not to cut you off. I just dropped. I got this little figurine here of the fucking Lego X-Wing, and I just dropped Princess Leia's hair, and it just went rolling somewhere. So she's bald right now. I don't know where fucking hair went. I gotta look for that after the podcast.
She got alopecia. Yeah,
she's got the fucking Jada Pinkett.
Yeah,
fucking G.I. Jane 3 with Carrie Fisher, even though she's gone.
It was actually okay. Before I get into Cubs or Sox over here, did you see the other what if of the week that's been going around? Is like, do you want Amber Heard or would you have Jada Pinkett? Did you see that one going around?
Oh yeah. I think I'd go. That's such a tough one.
I'm going with the top comment. Obviously, you got to go with Jada because when you say I got to get ready, you cut half the time out. You don't have to get her hair done. And she won't shit in your bed. She won't shit in your bed. No. So boom.
I feel like you either have to pick the psycho bitch or just the straight up like.
Are you just gonna be a cuck?
Like the straight up just resting bitch face of Jada Pinkett.
Yeah.
I know. Not to lie, watching, and I didn't even know this. Amber Heard played. What's his name in Pineapple Express, Seth Rogen's girlfriend, and I didn't even know that until like a couple weeks ago. And the first time I ever watched this movie, I was like, damn, this chick is hot. And then I realized it was fucking Amber Heard, and now I regret everything I ever said about
now
her.
She's cut from all her movies. She's cut from the DC thing. She won't be in Aquaman 2. I mean, good. I didn't see the first one, wouldn't just because wasn't going to see the second one. Who cares? It's Aquaman.
Yeah, if I had to, I don't know. Can I pick fucking Casey Anthony? Yeah. I don't want either of them.
That's when you do the Madden game. You're like, oh, this one, or suicide. You just went with the suicide, and you got the Texans. That's what you got.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's the
geez.
4th random pick.
Yeah, that's your random. You got to go with that now. Casey Anthony.
I'll take it. I don't know if
Oh,
I'd be able to
shit.
deal with the other
Oh,
two.
fuck. All right, we're off topic enough today. Oh shit. Back to the White Sox. They're actually making waves. They did a thing. They did a number of things, making some headlines both on and off the field. But, we'll get into that. But I feel like the wins, the things that they did on the field, should start to point them in the positive direction. They went ahead. They swept the Yankees in a doubleheader. That has been the positive. That's been the saving grace all week. So much positivity from that. They could have even taken game 1 in the series, but the deciding factor was, of course, a grand slam. That was a home run in, guess where? Only Yankee Little League Park. Of course, go ahead and follow the Will It Bang on
Would
Twitter.
it dong?
Will it dong? Sorry, I feel like that's a lot of people are following that. A lot of like the top guys, they're just not saying it. They're like, oh, we got top stat casters. They're just following that Twitter post for 100%, because I think it's just about whatever.
I think their followers have gone from like 80 or not 80,000, like 8,000, and it's up to 109,000 or 119,000. Yeah,
that's pretty crazy.
That
was such a good idea. And that'll stay right there. That's pretty cool. Either way, before we got in the Sox Yankees, Sox played the Royals for 5. They took 3 out of the 5. They had a doubleheader in that. Probably could have taken both. They had also another disappointing game. Whatever. I want to stay positive. Pending tonight's final, being Tuesday as we're recording, probably Wednesday or later Tuesday night when it's up. Whatever. White Sox have either been a game above, below, or exactly 500 for the past 19 days. It's been very frustrating. And these past episodes that I've been talking about it would reveal that, of course. But again, I'll highlight something that Michael Kopech said following his ESPN Sunday Night Baseball performance in his interview, which, by the way, of course, they got to highlight the blown perfect game, as they got to make that the headline for it instead of focusing on the fact that Kopech just shelled the Yankees for no runs and only giving up 3 base runners. Whatever. A guy that just came off paternity leave, so he fucks. He was a dominant reliever last season, turning into a phenomenal starter this year.
He fucks.
Yeah. So, and he's got the second lowest ERA right now at 1.29. He's just absolutely dominating. But let's focus on the one hit that he gave up in the middle of the 6th inning. Let's make that the fucking top story. Regardless, like I said, he had a baller of a fucking game in that game too. 7 innings pitched, 1 hit, 7 runs on two 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. Absolutely awesome. Like I said, much deserved. He's got the second lowest ERA. In that game 1, y'all even shine some light, even more dominant, or just as dominant, I would say. 6 innings pitched out of Johnny Cueto, only giving up 6 hits, no runs, 5 Ks. He definitely should have got the win. But of course, Graveman allows a tying run. Aaron Judge hit an absolute bomb. It is what it is. He's been having an absolute MVP type season. You can't take that away from him.
Paid at the end.
Yeah, that's if he stays healthy, if he does this absolutely consistently, I think something like he's on pace for fucking 50, 51, 52.
I think it was 52. I think saw
upwards. Yeah, upwards of that to hit 50. He's on pace for 52 home runs this season right now, and that's insane. The Yankees themselves are on pace to win 120 games from that thing, but they're kind of falling off a little bit. Watching their Orioles series the other day. So whatever. I digress. Talking about Johnny Cueto, absolutely shelling the Yankees in that game. Like I said, should have got that win. It is what it is. We'll definitely rehash maybe the idea of getting wins and losses in baseball. It doesn't matter to some. It matters to the pitchers, obviously, who want to get paid. So it is what it is. Tim Anderson and Andrew Vaughn continue to be Yankee killers. Killers spelled, of course, with an AZ at the end. Vaughn's hit, while it broke the seal, it's going to be overlooked by Tim Anderson absolutely pimping a home run that would have gone out in 17 of the major league ballparks, not just one.
I think it was 18.
It was 18. There you go.
Yeah,
one more. I was lingering on that, but I wanted to just be safe and say 17 just in case. I don't know. I just don't want to go over the top. And like I said, you got that one guy. So silence. And then, of course, coming around the bases, silence in the crowd, telling them to shut the fuck up, basically. And, that started all because of course, button heads with our favorite player over here, Josh Donaldson, making waves, making headlines. And I guess we can just backtrack to what it's been the controversy all week. A lot of people have been talking about it.
Yeah, the big news in baseball.
Yeah, I mean, it just essentially, it is what it is. It was just Josh Donaldson calling Tim Anderson Jackie in an altercation, in a little spat back and forth. And I mean, we can go back to it and we can say what it actually is. Tim Anderson never called it. He never sat there and said, I am Jackie Robinson. He said, I feel like the new Jackie Robinson, kind of, bringing back the fun in baseball again. He wanted to do that. That was in an interview in 2019, 2020.
Yeah, I think it was 19.
Like that.
Yeah. It was after the bat flip incident with the Royals.
See? So yeah, something like that. And I mean, you can take away from it all. I mean, let me go ahead. I've been talking a little bit long, so just what's your feedback on it? Because I got my take on it. Go ahead.
So looking at the whole situation from like outside looking in, not being a Sox fan, not being a fucking Yankee fan. I couldn't think of their team name for a second. I sort of agree with what Aaron Judge said the other day. And if you listen to him, I think Aaron Judge, he's love him or not, he's a face of baseball. He's a respectable guy. Fans love him. You hate the Yankees, but I mean, he's a very likable guy. And from what I see, he's a very respected guy around the league. Like, people listen to what he says. He's a great leader, and he's just people respect what he says. And I agree with exactly what he said. Obviously, when you have the reputation of a guy like Josh Donaldson, no matter what you do, how big or how small, how damaging or how harmless it may be, everything's going to be looked at under a microscope because you're known as a fucking douchebag around the league. Like Joe Kelly even said on the podcast, he's like, yeah, that dude's a douche. And many
Giolito has a quote from last year just calling him, quote, a fucking pest, and that's exactly what he is. But go ahead.
Exactly. So it's been well known for years that teammates don't like him. Obviously, opposing teams don't like him. He's a tough guy to get along with. So anything you say, whether it's how little, like I said, how little, how big, it's going to be looked at, and people are going to take it the wrong way. People are going to fucking accuse you of whatever. And Aaron Donald, imagine if Aaron Donald was on the Yankees. Aaron Judge was like, at the end of the day, you can't be saying shit like that. That in any way can be misconstrued or turned into something else. Do I think it was racist? I don't personally think it was, but just the fact that he can say something like that and people can take it. And again, it's just one of those things, as little as it is, with your reputation, the littlest thing that might be a slap on the wrist for other guys is going to be a major story now, just because of who you are.
I think that was a part of it. He shouldn't be surprised. Josh Donaldson shouldn't be surprised at the backlash of this. Not only what he said, this was the context of it. Just, you are who you are. You have a record of not only going back with the Sox when you were on the Twins, but you just being an asshole to just other teams and your teammates. So obviously I think all signs are pointing in the negative direction for him.
If this was anyone else, let's just say, to throw a name out there, another infielder for the Yankees. If this was like DJ LeMahieu, someone who had no connection to Tim Anderson, never had a problem with the player, the team, the organization, with anyone else around the league, I don't even think this is a story. But just the fact that
I feel like even Timmy, somehow this is a little bit on him too, just for sparking it up a little bit as it is. But if he's offended, he's offended. But if he came out and say that, like, he's got no connection to him, if he just like, hey, yo, yeah, Jackie got you out on that. Like, you'd be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what did you just say?
It might just
It would be like that.
what'd
No,
you
he would
say?
still get in his
Yeah.
face. There's no way Tim Anderson would let that slide with little fucking scrawny ass DJ LeMahieu fucking saying that. Go ahead.
Yeah, but it in terms of it being the huge story that it is now in baseball, I don't think it would be at bad.
It
Like,
wouldn't drag
you
out
even,
for as long as it is
Yeah.
and is going to be. It's going to be a
yeah,
couple
I
more
think
days.
like
I would
you
feel.
know DJ LeMahieu or anybody who came out like even like Donaldson said he came out. Yeah, I said it. This is why I said it. If that's anybody else, I think it's over right there. But just because Josh Donaldson is a douchebag, hashtag Josh Donaldson facts, he supports the invasion of Ukraine.
Yeah, he does.
He didn't wish his mother a happy Mother's Day.
Doesn't
just
listen
like
to DAAAGenerates podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks.
that's
Shout
the
out
worst
Troy. Just like the whole, you guys are following hockey right now. The Nazem Kadri incident the other day with the Blues. I mean, Kadri has a past of being a dirty player. He's had some questionable calls and shit that has gone against him in his career. And the other day, he made a play where he ran over the St. Louis Blues goaltender Jordan Binnington and injured him for the remainder of what seems to might be the entire playoffs. If the Blues do somehow come back from 3-1 and advance against the Avalanche, he might play, but he's done for this series against the Avalanche because Kadri ran into him. And if you watch the video, Kadri gets pushed, runs over him, he hurts his knee, and the first thing people say is, "Oh, Kadri ran him. Kadri has a past. He has a reputation. He's automatically wrong." And that's what's going on right now. And I feel like with Josh Donaldson just being the douche that he is, and with the past that he has, everyone's just gonna immediately side with whoever he's opposing because nobody likes him, if that makes any sense. But yeah, you can't be, if Aaron Judge, your own teammate, is like, yeah, you need to just keep your mouth shut there.
Yeah, it's a tough look.
He said what he said. He apologized. Nobody. I think he said nobody here in our room, talking about the locker room, holds any animosity towards him, which I find that hard to believe because the guy's such a tool. But I feel like it looks like the Yankees, according to Judge, have already moved past the thing and they're just looking to play some baseball. I mean, fuck, they went out last night and lost to the Orioles. That's a tough look.
Yeah.
But whatever, Josh Donaldson, you got to keep your mouth shut. If you're a guy with a past like that, everything you do is going to be under that microphone, that fucking scope now, and everything's just going to be looked at. And he got what was this suspension?
He got a one-game suspension, and he's appealing it as of right now. So there you go.
Just take the fucking one game.
Take
shut up. And I don't
take
know
the L and move on, because honestly,
Yeah.
he opened his mouth and Tim Anderson cracked a fucking home run for three runs.
Yeah,
right
and
there.
what a fucking comeback too. He
Yeah.
hits the home run, he fucking shushes the crowd. Obviously, the scumbag Yankee crowd,
Yeah.
they're gonna be fucking booing him, but that's just the beauty of sports. I mean, it happens. Look at as much as we hate to say it, Aaron Rodgers telling the Bears fans he owns you. I mean, that's, love it or hate it, that's part of sports, and that's why people like it. It's entertaining. It's you just get your chance to say fuck you to your opponent after something like that happens.
Yeah, no, honestly, I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna, obviously, as the Sox fan, I'm gonna stick up for Tim Anderson. My takeaway from this is obvious. Josh Donaldson continues to just be an asshole. Gonna quote, like you said, Giolito has the quote from last year. He's a fucking pest, and that's just what he is. And sure enough, Donaldson calling Tim Anderson, calling him Jackie later, it led to Grandal getting in his face, sticking up for his guy, he's sticking up for Tim Anderson, and that proceeded to just lead to a benches clearing little fucking spat. But just at the very least, that's what that did. It led to that, and it's gonna probably, it's gonna lead to some blood boiling. But like I said, sticking up for Anderson, you need to set the precedent that this isn't okay. And whether or not you're going to see it as racist, whether I see it as racist or not, he saw it as offensive. So you got to take it at that. And you need to understand that just shit like that can't slide later on. If that goes by, what else can be said? And I'm not going to sit here and say that it's going to get worse or players are going to get more offensive and shit like that, but just hopefully you understand like that's not okay. Like I said, it's small, but it's something small that could eventually lead into more. In my eyes, this was in a way Josh Donaldson trying to get away with him saying, "Hey boy." That was my takeaway from it. It was the closest way of him being able to say that and trying to get away with it. But here's the thing, Josh, like you said, you're under the microscope. That wasn't going to fly. Ain't no fucking way. So, I mean, this is good fuck it. Like you said, he's got to take the L on the 1 game suspension, whatever. He knows Josh Donaldson knows what he was doing in my eyes.
He definitely did. He definitely did.
He knows that he could fall on this crutch of, I could say this because, he said this about himself. He referred to himself as Jackie Robinson. Like, no, bullshit. You know what it was. Like I said, in my mind, you can say what it was, but there was the undertones of that. There was the undertones of he could say, he could lay out this little fucking, this insult, and it could lead to more. It might be a stretch. And I thought of this last night, but think of this during Obama's presidency. And I don't want to sit there and get all political, all bullshit, but just imagine someone coming up to him, maybe just a Republican on the opposite side, shaking his hand and saying, "Congrats, Dr. King. You did a good job." And is that going to be okay? Am I too far off on something that's right there? Because I feel like that's in the same vicinity. I'm not sitting there, Obama probably doesn't have a quote saying, "I'm like Dr. King," but he's just, it's in my mind, that's the same light. You're trying to get away with something like that. You're referring to him as that in a time when African Americans weren't being treated well. So it kind of it's being shot back to that. That's where the racism comes in. And I can see where that is. While there might be no visible intent there from Josh Donaldson, we know he's an asshole. We know he has a track record, not only with the White Sox, but with others. And he can go fuck himself because he's a Yankee. So how about that? Like I said, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm on Tim Anderson's side.
This could honestly be like the oomph that the Sox need to take that next step. I mean, you win what? Was it 3 out of 4 against the Yankees or 2 out of 3 against the Yankees?
Yeah, they took 2 out of 3 on this one. Right now, when we got absolutely slaughtered when they came over last time, but looking at it now in 7 games that we played, we've won 3 out of the 4 of them. So I mean, while the run differential is pretty stacked, 3 out of 4 games against them is pretty decent. Or 3 out of 7, whatever. That's how you would say it, but whatever. This was overall just frustrating. Like I said, just whatever. Tim Anderson gets the final word. He gets the home run. They win the series. White Sox are the second team to win a series against the Yankees. The Orioles were the other team to do it. They could have the potential to do it again this series, but they're also the first team to do it in Yankee Stadium this year. So that's pretty cool.
That was a good little nugget to have.
Yeah, my hope, is just shared with many, like you just said, that this was going to be the turning point. This is going to be the spark plug that just fucking gets the Sox going, revs their fucking engines, gets to just the absolute fuck yous going. I think when this will happen, and I think the official go when Lance Lynn's throwing fuck you fastballs right down people's fucking throats. I think that's when it's going to be the absolute turnaround. So like I said, looking forward. Sox have 5 at home coming up, 3 against the Red Sox, 3 against the Cubs, and then they go for 6 on the road against Toronto, and then they'll be down in St. Petersburg against the Rays because they don't play in Tampa Bay.
That trash fucking stadium.
In my mind, you gotta get 7 wins out of the 11. Boston, they're a little bit better than we played them before. Trevor Story's pretty hot right now. But I still feel like you can get 2 out of 3 right there. Need to get both from the Cubs. Sorry, Bill, they fucking suck. And
that's fine. I don't expect the Cubs to win at all. I just want to get some helmet nachos.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, just like I said, pending the pitching matchup, it should favor us just about either way. Especially if you're going to throw 2 lefties against us, I feel like that's going to be, you're just begging for us to score at least 20 runs in the 2 games. I feel so. And then, Toronto, like I've been saying, kind of in the same boat. They've been a little disappointing. They're probably going to be looking to turn around on us, I would feel, just to start getting some more wins in that stacked AL East. But I would feel confident if the Sox got at least 2 there, and then the Rays are the Rays. Hopefully, you can get at least 2 out of 3 there or something like that. So, I even then I probably even overcounted the problem. The Sox are even fucking like 9 or 10 wins out of the 11 that I just said right there. But either way, go Sox. You gotta get these wins. Gotta catch up on these stinky fucking Twinkies. They're not out of reach, obviously, but they're in that little 4 or 5 game spread where it's like, okay, and then they keep winning against the teams that they should be beating. So that's the scary part. If the Twins need a downfall and Sox need to capitalize soon. So that's my outlook on it. So go Sox. Fuck Josh Donaldson. Go Tim Anderson. Keep fucking just being a Yankee killer. That's all I gotta say. We got a ton of other baseball to get into, unless you had something more on the White Sox.
No, that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just to revisit, I suppose, if you had anything on it, just the idea, and even Tony La Russa, the drunk, even made mention to just how wins are recorded now for pitchers. Just the most recent example, just being that Kendall Graveman gets hopefully it's his fucking first name. I don't know. Graveman gets the win, even though he gave up the blown run that tied the game against the Yankees, and then Hendricks comes in and gets the save. And I'm sure, it's been the same thing. Hendricks has probably blown a save or 2, and then he ends up getting the win at the end. So it's just how wins are recorded. Maybe that needs to be revisited. And certainly Johnny Cueto should have been gathered the win. Anyone that's watching that game should be given the win. I guess that's where I would track back into taking robots out of the game, where that's more robotic, giving automatic stats and holds and shit, no decisions to pitchers that go 7 innings and they get no run support, so they don't get a decision, which is fucking unbelievable. And then they end up winning like 1-0 like that. So it's just, that's where I feel like the human part should come in. Be like, oh, let's stat correct that. Let's give him the win instead of that. I guess maybe that's, I don't know. Maybe that's something that should be looked at. I don't know if you had anything on that.
Yeah, this has always sort of been my thought when it comes to pitchers and wins. I don't give a fuck what your record is.
The pitchers do because they want to get paid. I feel like that's a good enough answer for me to be like, all right, that's enough to be like, all right, that makes sense. If it's affecting the person's paycheck, then it should be definitely at least considered of something of value.
It's at the end of the day, I know it goes into the negotiation process when they're talking contracts.
When it should, but it should.
It just shouldn't. But it shouldn't, because it is a, look at DeGrom from a couple of years ago. He was 7-9, or he was like 7-9 or 7-11 or something shit. He had a sub-2 ERA, and he was just dominating people, and the Mets couldn't score any runs for him.
I mean, he might be the outlier. I mean, we just know that he's an absolute fucking ace.
The numbers that matter are your runs created plus your ERA, your opponent's fucking average against you. Sort of like how nowadays in baseball, everybody is just, nobody cares about batting average anymore. Like, if you're out there,
Tim Anderson
if you're hitting 30 home runs and driving in 90 RBIs, and you got, 20 plus doubles, that's all people care about. If you do that and you're batting 260 compared to fucking 215, people don't really care about it anymore. Look at fucking Joey Gallo. The dude's lucky if he hits 200 a year, but he fucking puts up numbers, and I feel like those numbers are astronomically more important than wins and losses. And the same thing goes for pitchers. I know position players don't get wins and losses. They get their WAR and everything. That's nice to have a high WAR, but it's just, I think we need a fucking an agent for maybe like a Scott Boras. Fuck it. He represents I think he represents Giolito. He might represent Carlos Rodon.
Everybody.
Too. Yeah. I know he, off the top of my head, he represented Chris Bryant, and somehow he got the Rockies to pay Chris Bryant $160 million, which is
How's
crazy.
That working out for him?
Not good, but the money's guaranteed, so who gives a fuck?
There you go.
We knew he was a bum, but Scott Boras got him paid. We need one of these fucking, I was about to say managers, agents of a big name pitcher to just go into those negotiation meetings and be like, listen, I don't give a fuck what his record is. Record is a team fucking stat. Look at his strikeouts. Look at his ERA. Look at his walks compared, walk to strikeout ratio, whatever. Those are the numbers that matter. And I think going forward in the next couple of years of baseball, we just need to stop looking at, keep recording the wins and losses. It's nice to look at, but at the end of the day, I don't think it should mean anything. It should mean nothing, because there are guys out there who can go 12-3, 12-4, 13-3, and have a fucking 3.9 ERA just because they're on a good offensive team and they win a lot, compared to a guy like DeGrom from a couple of years ago who had a under 500 record, but all the stats that mattered were dominant. So I think we need to get away from caring. Like, we just shouldn't care what wins and losses, are
but that's
anymore.
Baseball. Wins and losses is baseball. That's the whole fucking thing is wins and losses.
The team wins and losses at the end of the day.
I guess, but I mean, when Buddy Guy goes out and throws 3 innings and he gives up 8 runs, 9 runs, and you were just never in it to begin with, that's his loss. That's not the team's loss. He fucking gave up 9+ runs. I mean, that's just. If he just got blown up for, I don't know, 3 or 4 home runs, just
his numbers, it'll reflect,
and his numbers would speak
record,
for that
exactly,
with his ERA and a couple other losses.
Will respect,
but the losses are going to speak more than when you say wins don't matter. But when you see a guy that's 0-5, you're like, oh fuck, he's bad. I think there's a guy in the Nets right now who's 1-7.
I'd rather be 0-5 with a 1.8 ERA than 12-3 with a 4.2 ERA.
That's frustrating.
As an individual, like, it is frustrating as it is. Like, your team sucks, but those are the numbers I would want at the end of the day, because I know I am doing my job and I'm contributing everything I can to this team and doing everything I can to help this team win. If everybody else isn't doing everything they can, that's on them at the end of the day.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean,
I've always hated wins and losses. I think they're fucking dumb.
I don't know. I feel like I've probably said that on here before, but I've kind of backtracked. I feel like it's not, it shouldn't be the end all be all, but I do see there is an importance in it. There's a driving factor, and it does speak for them. Like, it's just an idea like, oh, he won that game. There is sometimes it's just like, oh, they wouldn't be in this if he didn't go out and throw 8 spotless innings. Like, it's just like that. It's just simply that. That's why, I mean, that's why I also like the quality start is also, something to look at too. You maybe look at that. But I mean, like you said, staying just on the course of baseball is crazy, kind of from backtracking from last week. You got a little fun story from there. Did you want to go ahead and lead off with this one?
Yeah, I just talking about how crazy baseball has been over the last week. We had all these crazy anomalies, and then, this week we got the back-to-back home runs and back-to-back games for Wisdom and Schwindel. Hasn't happened in since 1969. The other day at the Red Sox game, we had one fan catch 2 home run balls in the very same inning.
That's
how
crazy.
Insane is that? Like, what
coming
is
from
going
a guy
on
who hasn't
baseball?
come close to catching anything, being at least 20 fucking baseball games, 25 games, probably. Haven't come close to catching anything.
I will give him a little
right place, right time for sure.
Exactly. I don't want to take any shine away from him, but being on top of, the Green Monster in Fenway, there's not a lot of room. There's only a handful of people up there. And if a ball is hit into your section, you have
the odds were there were higher odds of him doing it there than him doing it anywhere else for sure.
Yeah,
I would definitely feel like and that definitely, I mean, when he was, I don't know if you took a look at the video, he was like with some girl and some shit like that. So, I mean, he was like a foot taller and he was going to grab it and stuff like that. I don't know, whatever. It's just, that's crazy. That's so fucking crazy. And just right there.
Unbelievable. I came close to catching a foul ball once. and that was the closest I've ever fucking came. But to get 2 in 1 inning is mind blowing.
Yeah, no, nothing. Yeah, again, nothing. No live balls coming my way. But I don't know. We got a game coming up. Hopefully, we got going to the Hawaiian shirt giveaway against the Rangers. That's a fun one. Sitting in the outfield for that one. A little far, but we'll see. Hopefully Luis Robert can blast one. I feel like I'm feeling that one. Feeling a Luis Robert blast that day. We'll go ahead and throw that out there. Either way, some more craziness. Yadier Molina, joining on the pitching parade. You know, who was it? Albert Pujols pitching last week. Basically doing his little imitation. Did the exact same thing. Gave up a home run. Gave up 4 runs. His ERA is sitting at 36, just like him. But he pitches through the full inning, and he finishes the game 18-4 against the Pirates. I think that's just fun. A nice little walk off into the sunset, basically, for him too. If I'm not mistaken, he's going to be retiring. Did they say he's done this season?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean that's fun, and especially it was the Sunday morning game. Jason Benetti's doing the call as the Peacock game, so it's fun. Let the kids play, and again, something fun in a blowout, something just to watch, something to do.
Exactly. At that point, like so many people tune out. You know, they're up 18-0, but then you scroll on Twitter. Oh, Yadier Molina's coming in to pitch.
You're like, what? I'll watch that for 15 minutes or something, or I'll play it back on YouTube or some shit. Did you see when the Cardinals did that to was it the Giants? I feel isn't Longoria on the Giants? Yeah, so Evan Longoria, when he got the double or the single off of Albert Pujols, he did the thing. He's like, I want the ball.
He kept the ball.
Yeah, that's so like funny. I would want that for sure too. If Yadier Molina pitched me and I got a double off of him or something, I'd be like, yeah, I want the ball. That's funny as fuck. That's awesome. Like if that's not going to be, it's just something for me to have. Like that's so cool. I mean, I thought that was cool.
That's a 1-of-1 ball right there.
Yeah,
like, how many other people can say, hey, I got a double off of Yadier Molina or Albert Pujols?
I would think like the people that didn't do that back in the day when like Ichiro pitched to them, they're probably kicking themselves like fuck.
Yeah, or the one that pops into my mind, you know, just being a Cubs fan. When Rizzo struck out Freeman a couple of years ago,
oh my god, that might be in like some sort of museum / maybe it might be in the Hall of Fame. It could be sent down there for like a special little thing like that.
Yeah, like that was just a fun moment. Yeah,
it'd be a fun little exhibit. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Either way, that's fun little tidbits. I think that's always so awesome, and that'd be 100% of a pitching matchup. I would 100% want that ball if I got a single or a double off of a position player of Hall of Fame caliber. I would do that.
Yeah, if it was some bum like Mike Fontenot, like I don't fucking care.
Yeah, the Rays keep running that while he's a nice guy. Brett Phillips. I don't know why. I'm not gonna sit here and say he's Hall of Fame guy, but you know he's a nice guy. But I'm not gonna sit here and say give me the ball. No, that one. You can toss that one up to a fan. That one's for them. I mean, let me see. They got a couple other fun. Got some, maybe some not so fun things, I suppose. Did you hear this thing about Jake's? You want to talk about Jake Sanford? Or would you want to talk about Juan Soto? Maybe some Max Scherzer?
Yeah, go talk into this Sanford thing because I didn't even hear about this.
Okay, this is a little fun thing. Kind of saw some of it. Didn't catch a lot of it. But our boy Troy sent me the little.
Shout out Troy, we love you.
I can't load the article. Jake Sanford was a great story for the Yankees before scamming scandal. So essentially, I believe he was. Let me read this right here. 3rd round pick from 2019. He was allegedly stealing from the minor league teammates and scamming people for money online, selling fake gear, selling just straight up just falsely signed autographs of baseball bats, baseballs, all that shit. Let me see right here. They're Brown comparisons. Yeah, let me compare comparisons to that. Yada yada. I'm trying to see exactly what he stole or what he was trying to sell, but they keep just like talking him up and everything. Skill set of like Gardner. Jeez, they just keep comparing him to Brett Gardner. Geez Louise. But either way, that seems to be the takeaway. He got cut from this. Stealing's a no from any sort of establishment, I suppose. So bad look on him. Good look if he didn't get caught. Of course, that's a great idea. I would think that's 100% every professional athlete's thought as soon as they make it. They're like, hey, I could probably make some fucking money real quick, especially if you're on the way out, get a couple things signed, maybe post it on eBay on a burner account or something like that. But yeah, he got caught stealing. Bad, and he's cut. So that's about it. Like I said, I'm trying to skim the article, but I can't find exactly what he stole.
Yeah, I mean,
sorry. Sanford allegedly accepted money for prospective buyers for equipment, then failed to deliver the products, the source added. So he took the money and then just didn't show up. Fucking asshole.
Wow. Sounds like someone I went to high school with. I'm not going to say his name on the podcast, but he's a scumbag. Everybody listening knows who I'm talking about because he's the one guy I hate in this life. Like, I don't hate a lot of people, but I hate this dude. And I guess you're right. It's not illegal if you don't get caught. That's what my Uncle Paulie always used to tell me. Scrappy little Filipino dude. Not really my uncle, but I call him my uncle, and just to like put the cherry on top, he's a Raider fan. So, it's not illegal if you don't get caught, but buddy guy got fucking caught. Greasy, I guess, he must have realized like, okay, I'm not that good of a baseball player, so I got to start, thinking about something else. Career path.
He has actually since signed with the Ottawa Titans and in the Frontier League after being cut by the Yankees. He deactivated his Twitter and Instagram accounts after the news. It was an investigation after a teammate suspected him of stealing stuff from teammates, equipment, and then he would try and sell it online, as reported by
the Yankees lately, man.
Oh, yeah.
Go everything. Come on, do better.
Them, Josh Donaldson, like I said, Nestor Cortez still being a racist, and it wasn't just rap lyrics. He had a couple. Got an omission on that. There was just him shouting out friends and throwing that word around. We're just gonna leave it as that word.
Ninja. Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah. So I mean, he's Nestor Cortez. I mean, what are you gonna? I'm just kidding. I mean, I already said my piece.
Hey, great mustache.
I'll still say it. Yeah. There you go.
Great mustache.
Tip the cap to that. But yeah, it was more than just rap lyrics. He was just throwing the word around willy nilly. He's 17, whatever. He didn't expect him to be a starter for the Yankees. Maybe he was. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's funny. I just thought it would just be funny to bring it back up. He's like, Dwayne Wade, my fill in the blank. There you go. Fill in. You'll have a little imaginary session with that. So let me see. And there were I guess just staying on the course of omissions. We saw that Matt Harvey was, selling oxycodone. Apparently he was tied into selling it to Tyler Skaggs, who, if you recall, he passed away from ODing on shit like this. Just not a good look. Since finding that out, I haven't really looked into if there's any more internal investigation going on, but I feel like last week I basically just brought it up and just said, oh, he's just selling it. And I was just like kind of overglossing it. Didn't see the severity of it. So yeah, that's tough break, tough look. And we also said he might not have been on a team. I think he was actively with the Orioles still as of right now. So I think he was on the Orioles, came back on the Mets, had his little run, but whatever.
Yeah. Obviously if you're connected to someone's death, like he might be, that's like, obviously we don't know what these athletes go through. They got pain, they got injuries, they got they got ways of dealing with, their issues, whether it's, sports related, personal, whatever. If he did contribute to what was unfortunately the passing of Tyler Skaggs, that's such a bad fucking situation for him, dude. And obviously when you give him, all of us, even may not be painkillers, but hey, hey, Nick, let me get some fucking weed, let me get some of this, go buy me a bottle of booze or whatever. We've all done it for our fucking buddies before. Might not have been fucking medical grade fucking horse tranquilizers or whatever the fuck he was selling them, but obviously you never think something.
I mean, he got the good stuff.
Like that
they were getting the grade A stuff right there. I mean,
you never ever, when hey man, let me get a fucking handful of those. My back is bothering me or whatever the fuck. You never think someone is gonna OD and pass away because of it. And if it turns out like that's just so beyond sad and fucked up, and I feel bad for Skaggs' family still. You could feel bad for fucking Harvey, because obviously there was no intent there. He wasn't drugging him. He wasn't fucking giving it to him, with any malicious intent. You were just trying to help your buddy out, but it's a all around just sad situation.
Yeah, it's just it's a tough look when the headliner is like, oh, he sold it to him, and like, it's always just, you feel so dirty when you're like, oh, he's selling it to him so he can be labeled a drug dealer, and then that always comes with the fucking the notion that it has.
If that's the case, I'm a drug dealer too, because I used to give people fucking pain pills back in high school football. My dad used to get the good shit. I used to steal it before a fucking Friday night game. Pop, couple of those, give it to the boys. We didn't feel shit.
There you go.
So I guess lock me up. Call me Scarface.
I wish I knew you back in the day a little earlier. Regardless, we got some other news about Max Scherzer. He might be in the need for some of these pain pills, because he's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks with a strained oblique.
What a segue.
There you go. I mean, I think the Mets, they're red hot right now, and then a lot of people are talking about this the Subway Series. I think they call it that. I think they should probably, between the Mets and the Yankees, they're still number one on both ends. That's gonna be a dynamite series to watch. Maybe it's gonna be on nationwide national televised broadcast, whatever. That's gonna be cool. I don't know if that's gonna be too much of a hit on them. It's going to be tough. That's going to be a couple losses. You got to take away for sure, but I feel like they'll still be a contention. For the sake of my bet, I still have Atlanta to win the division, so I hope Atlanta completely capitalizes.
Yeah, me too.
They're kind of out of it right now. But they can get better. Who knows? Tough break. Max Scherzer out. They still got DeGrom fucking wheeling and dealing. And then Walker, when he shows up, Taiwan Walker, when he shows up, he can have a nice little outing. But whatever. I mean, I don't know if you.
Chris Bassett's been playing great.
Oh, him too. Yes, absolutely.
A 4-2 with a 2.77 ERA, 48 innings pitched, 49.
Oh, wins and losses don't matter, but that's the first thing you brought up is he's 4-2.
No, I'm just reading the stat line.
I'm just
reading the stat line.
Just busting your balls. I just thought that was fun.
After coming over from Oakland, he's been great, and to think that he's the number one of the rotation now with DeGrom and Scherzer out. I mean, fuck, if those two can come back and stay healthy with that fucking 1-2-3 punch going into the playoffs, it has to be. It would be the best in fucking baseball. And then offensively, I mean, you got an MVP candidate in Pete Alonso. He's playing out of his mind right now. Mark Canha's playing great baseball. I think he's batting over 300. And then the outfielders, the second baseman, Jeff McNeil and Brandon Nimmo. I mean, they're both having, resurgent years after. I know McNeil had a down year last year, and Nimmo, he's always been sort of a bottom of the line.
Weren't one of those guys the one that just kept getting hit in the face last year? Am I wrong? Who am I thinking
that was you're thinking of Kevin Pillar.
Oh,
that was
okay.
Kevin Pillar, yeah. But I mean, on the season, Brandon Nimmo batting 297 in the leadoff spot.
I don't know why
840 OPS
came into my brain for no fucking reason. So
yeah, that was Pillar after he got traded from the Blue Jays. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, I got nothing really else on.
I mean, and then all around, I mean, Edwin Diaz has been one of the better closers in the National League for him this year too. So
yeah,
they're clicking on all cylinders. Both New York teams are. That'd be I know, like you said, they got the series coming up. That'll be a must-watch baseball there.
Yeah.
Two red hot fucking teams.
As much as I love Hendrix's little intro when he gets introduced to the games at White Sox at the cell, I do enjoy the trumpet of Ed Luz Diaz.
Yeah.
I say it. You say Edwin. I say Ed Luz because he used to blow a lot of games. Now he kind of flipped it around. So Edwin Diaz, yeah. I don't even know if that's the beat too, but I like, yeah. Mr. and Mrs. Met get the trumpet
I've
out too.
it.
That's so much fun. That's gotta be
I've heard it a couple
exhilarating.
times. It is fun.
Yeah,
It's fun to, to listen to.
yeah. I think we got a couple more things. Just we're at the 40 games or so. Hopefully, with everyone play, just you got maybe some people who need to be moved around. I see the name, and a lot of people have been talking Juan Soto. You think he's on the move? Where is he going? He's kind of spread some things. Oh, excuse me. He had that long conversation at first base with Freddie Freeman the other day, and he also dropped the note a long time ago that like if he would really, really, really want to play with Trey Turner again. So is this just maybe setting it up for Juan Soto moving to the Dodgers? Is it Juan Soto moving anywhere? He's been visibly frustrated. He's made that known. Nationals are terrible to say the least. I mean, that's putting it lightly. I think, yeah, Juan Soto needs to be on the move. I would love for him to be on the south side. I would be willing to trade just about anything to get Juan Soto on the fucking team. I don't care. He's probably the best left-handed hitter right now in the league, and it's crazy to say. Well, it's a lot of comparative. It's a name you throw up there for sure if you're gonna throw up left-handed hitters. But I don't know. I would love to see him come here to the south side, obviously, but he's kind of setting up that play there. So I don't know. Where's Juan Soto going? Is the
Yeah,
question.
I mean, just looking at his situation now, the Nationals only have one prospect in the top 100 right now.
Oh wow.
So not much of a farm system coming up behind them. I would say, like, I mean, he's so young and so good, and they do have him under contract for a couple more years, I believe. So
yeah, he signed a big one a while ago.
Whether he's happy or not, they have fucking control over him. In any other situation, I would say, you trade a guy like Juan Soto, you're fucking an idiot. But I mean, in today's day and age, where athletes, at the end of the day, I think they get what they want. If you don't want to be somewhere, they're not gonna be there. I don't know where he's gonna go. All I know is the fucking package of players that the Nationals would get back might be the best of all time. Like, you're gonna have to give up.
It would need. You're
gonna have to give up major assets. I'm talking like at least your top two prospects and more for this guy. So
I'd be willing. And looking at the Sox roster, I was thinking, I don't know what the Nationals are looking for. And, it looks like they've been able to do business in the past. They got Adam Eaton. They got a ring out of it. We got Lucas Giolito. I think Gio Gonzalez was even fucking passed around in that little back and forth too. But like I said, Sox and the Nationals, it looks like they have a nice little open door agreement to each other that they can make some business known. So names I'm willing to part ways with, throw over there. I mean, like I said, I don't know what prospects exactly they need. They can have Berger in my mind. They can have Cespedes. They could have out off the top of my head, I don't know, like the top pitching prospect that we have. Throw him in there. Give him the rights to the Portillo's name. Give him the rights to Giordano's. And then, like I think you even made mention too, you can rename the fucking Willis Tower the Juan Soto fucking experience or whatever they want. So that's everything I would throw at them. Maybe even more cash consideration. A bag of fucking $500 million can be thrown in there too. I don't know. Yeah, that just like you said, to exaggerate exactly what I'm saying. The package coming back for him is going to need to be astronomical. It's going to be record setting, I would think, in terms of what they're going to get back, because that kid is going to be. Some people have compared him just in terms of his hitting, just to Ted Williams. So I mean, that's like I said, good company to be with, good company of names to be with right there. So we can't sit here and say where he's going to be. A team like the Dodgers can put together a package as well as money and just send it all right down their way. And the Nats would be like, all right. And I'm sure they would take that. And that would just be the front runner for the Dodgers to be the fucking World Series winners. So there you go. That's about it on Juan Soto, I think, for me. I don't know if you had anything else.
Yeah, I think that's it for me too. As far as teams, I couldn't even start to begin where he might end up.
No,
everyone's gonna want him. Like
I wouldn't want. Oh
tough.
yeah, yes.
Everyone would want him. So like for us to put our finger on a team or two or even three would be like impossible.
I mean, they would just everyone need to be in contention.
Go after this guy.
Obviously, like the Pirates aren't going to be looking for him. I mean, you could argue the Rangers aren't going to go out for him, but they've been stinky. I don't know. It would obviously be a contender. It would have to be a team like the Padres, Sox, Yankees, Braves, or I mean, the Braves are a little off, but whatever, just a high caliber team. And that's kind of where this last little thing is. Just, like I said, we're 40 games in. Just off the top of your head, if you had just any big disappointments, who you're looking to pick it up, maybe anything we had from Da leadoff that, any callbacks to that you had, that maybe we can discuss. But I was just going to maybe just bring up some standings and just look at that, maybe look at the run differentials and shit like that. But I don't know.
I feel like in terms of the standings, I mean, most divisions are sitting right around where we thought. I thought the Braves would be playing a little better than they are. Yep. I'm not going to lie, sitting 19 and 23 right now, 1 game back of the Phillies and 9 games back of the Mets in that division. Acuna, he came off that injury, missed the first couple of weeks, hasn't really been himself yet. I mean, I think he's still recovering a little bit from that injury. He's stealing bases like a motherfucker, but he's not hitting home runs. He's not driving in runs. And in turn, that offense is struggling a little bit for the Braves. So 19 and 23 at this point, that's a little disappointing.
Yeah, like you said, and just to make an argument for that just statement of their offense is struggling, they have a negative 15 run differential right now, just in comparison. And like you said, 9 games behind in the division.
One positive spot, a team that I picked to win the AL West, the Angels. They've been playing great baseball.
Yes, they have.
One game back of Houston right now, 26 and 17. I mean, Mike Trout's Mike Trout. He's probably going to win the AL MVP again this year. They're getting good pitching. They're getting great defense. This Taylor Ward guy has come out of nowhere, leading off for him, playing great baseball. So
I just love that we were able to chirp him the day that we went. He just had a bad game.
We actually got an acknowledgement out of him.
Yep. Yeah, that was good. That was a good one. Yeah, in terms of, I would have to agree with what you said. Just a lot of things are shaping up the way that we kind of thought they would. Yankees are at the top. Tampa Bay is kind of right there. They're fighting with 4.5 games back. I kind of did jump the gun on Toronto. We kind of, like I said, they're a little bit disappointing. They're two games above 500 right now. White Sox just, I've made mention of it, obviously just disappointing in terms of I never even got to the quote that Michael Kopech said of what he said on Sunday Night Baseball. I just kept going. I went on that tangent of him fucking doing so well and that he fucks. He was actually saying that yes, we are 500 right now, and that's I'm paraphrasing, but it's good that we're playing mediocre ball and that we're 500. So when we actually do pick it up, it's gonna be good. Is what the underlying saying of what it was. So I like that. Just prove it to me now. That's basically all I would say is exactly that. Get out there and start pulling together 7, 8, 9 wins in a row. That's exactly what we want. But sitting only 4.5 games out from Minnesota, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I feel like the Twinkies are due for a downfall, but they are 20 I'm looking at it wrong. 32 runs in the positive, as opposed to the Sox being negative 22 runs. But I mean that it doesn't always like translate, because the Guardians are 2 games below 500 and they're 10 runs positive in the run differential. So now I say this, but it doesn't always translate. And like I said, another team, Boston, 19 and 22, they're 1 run positive in their run differential, and they're 4th in their division. Probably not going to see the light of day in the playoffs. So, I would give it to you. I would tip my cap. You're kind of heads on with your Angels pick. They're in contention right there for the NL or for the AL West. They're gonna be a dogfight with Houston. I have to see how that when they play throughout the season, maybe when they play in the playoffs against each other, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, just very disappointing for Atlanta so far. I mean, they were injured. It is what it is. Milwaukee staying up there. That's pretty cool. And then St. Louis, that's been basically the dogfight, and in that NL Central, it's just
I mean, we sort of picked this division, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like it's exactly where we thought it would be.
Yeah, basically. And then sure enough, at the top of the NL West, we see the Dodgers still right there. Only a half game behind are the Padres. They're right there. And that's because they were able to sweep the San Francisco Giants, who were, I said they weren't going to be as good as they were last year. And it's showing they aren't number 1 in their division right now. So I don't think they're going to fall off a cliff. It is what it is. And sure enough, Colorado and Arizona are kind of falling in line. Arizona better than what we thought they were going to be. But still overall kind of sucks. I mean, that's about it. Like I said, I'm always just gonna be rooting on the Sox, and then just on the bets for obviously Toronto to win the division. I might have to just call that as it is, and the same with Atlanta. I might just have to pack it in on that and try and hedge something on that. Maybe do a nerfy and get some money back on that.
I got a free bet on FanDuel a couple weeks ago, and I put the free $75 bet on the Blue Jays to win the division. So I need some better play out of them. Let's just say that.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, hopefully you get some better play, but not when the White Sox play them upcoming. That would be my only thing on it. So other than that about wraps up, this kind of long, chunky, lengthy version of baseball and everything that came with it this week. It was
one last thing is,
sure.
Another guy, love him or hate him, Manny Machado is just playing absolutely amazing baseball this year. I know he's been a little inconsistent over the last couple of years with the Padres, but without Tatis, he is filling in and doing, obviously, being a half game behind the Dodgers, he's a big part of that. So
I think
shout out to him. Shout out to
he's leading the league in average right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he is.
And he's up there in all the power numbers.
Yeah,
he's doing everything right for them. Like you said, without all this without Tatis.
Yeah. So obviously me, having a future bet on Acuna to win NL MVP, not looking good, the way, Pete Alonso and Manny Machado are playing as of now. I mean, anything can happen. It's a long year, but
now did you get a nice
balling the fuck out?
Did you get a nice little odds number on that, considering that Acuna didn't start the season right away?
It was plus 800, and he was actually the 3rd favorite, believe it or not. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I mean, my brain gets a little foggy. I'm sure if we played that back, that's exactly right. But man, should have been a little bit better on the number right there. But yes, I mean, it's okay. It is what it is. Baseball's crazy, and it can turn all right around. It's still May. It's coming up to the end of May, but it's still right there. It's insane. Baseball is crazy, as they say.
Especially this year, man. It's been a wild season.
Let's see. We got some playoffs to check in on. We can do NHL. I can do NBA. What are you feeling? What do you want to dab your toe in first?
I'll talk a little hockey. Started off, into the second round now. We got Carolina up 2-1 over the Rangers. We have Edmonton up 2-1 on Calgary. Did not see that one coming. Colorado up 3-1 on the Avalanche. I think that one's going to be over tomorrow. Wednesday, Colorado, 7:00 game at home. No Jordan Binnington for the Blues. I think the Avalanche close that one out. We're going to be betting the puck line again. And then, the big matchup, the one that was, I think, the most intriguing, we had the Florida Panthers, the President's Trophy winners for, the most points scored this regular season, going up against the Lightning. And the Lightning win the series, and not only do they win it, they sweep the Panthers. I don't know what was going on with the Panthers. They just could not find their groove in this second round, going up against the defending, back-to-back Stanley Cup champs, the Lightning. Crazy stat. They lose on Monday. Yesterday, they lose game 4, 2-0. That was the first time they were shut out all season. It's crazy because, you think in the regular season, postseason, you're going to be shut out once or twice. You're going to have a bad night. That was the first time the Panthers were shut out all season. And obviously it comes at the hands of Andrei Vasilevsky. This guy is playing like a fucking god right now. Just put things in perspective. Most of the time, a good / great goaltender in the NHL, his usual save percentage is right around 93-94%. This dude in the last 6 games has a 98.9 save percentage. God so this dude,
you ain't getting anything by him. Is basically
he has in the last 6 games, he is not allowed a goal in the third period, and he is not allowed more than 2 goals in any of those 6 games. So he's playing out of his mind right now. I was rooting for Tampa, or I was rooting for Toronto. But I sort of had a thought, like, whoever's going to win that Toronto Lightning series is probably going to go all the way in the Eastern Conference. And it looks that way right now because, the Rangers, Hurricanes, they're playing good hockey, but I don't think either of those teams has what it takes to beat Tampa. And they're all doing it without one of their best players, Braden Point. So Tampa moves on. They're going to get the winner, the Rangers, Hurricanes. Like I said, Hurricanes up 2-1. I think they play game 4's tonight at 6:00. I might put a little money on the no goal in the first 10 minutes. It's hit all 3 games of the series so far. Other than that, we talked about it earlier, the Kadri incident. He runs Jordan Binnington. He gets hurt. They actually had a little thing backstage where Kadri was doing an interview and Jordan Binnington threw a water bottle at him. So that was interesting. But the Blues lose their top goalie. I think that's going to be the nail in the coffin. They go out, they lose last night, 6-3 at home. Avalanche up 3-1. They're going to put it away tomorrow. It's a fucking guarantee. And then wrap. Like the other series, Calgary, Edmonton actually up 2-1 in this series. I did not see this coming. I thought it might be 2-1 Flames after 3. But Connor McDavid is proving why he is the greatest. I'm sorry, Gretzky. He's the greatest hockey player of all time. He when it's all said and done, sure, he will not have the numbers Gretzky has, but he will be the better fucking hockey player. He is single-handedly won those 2 games for the Oilers. He's just playing out of his mind. And Evander Kane's been scoring goals left and right too. So NHL playoffs in full swing. Second round should be wrapping up by the next time we record. We'll have the Eastern and Western Conference finals for you guys. If I was to pick right now, I'm going to say the Flames come back, win this series in 7. We're going to have the Avalanche and the Flames. And then I'm going to take the Hurricanes to face the Lightning. Those are my predictions right now.
Stand back.
Yeah.
There's a hurricane coming through. So I always think about it.
So as we're recording right now, Tuesday, like we said, Hurricanes, Rangers play at 6. Flames, Oilers play at 8:30. You guys aren't going to hear this before, but like I said, I'm going to bet the no goal in the first 10 minutes. But Wednesday, if you guys are listening early Wednesday,
Tweet
bet
it
the
out.
puck line for the Avalanche, which means Avalanche -1.5. Teams have been pulling their goalies so fucking early this playoffs. I'm talking like 3-4 minutes left on the clock, and you just have all that time for that other team to get the empty net goal. So puck lines have been hitting crazy all throughout these playoffs. And Avalanche at home going up against the backup goalie. They have outplayed them every second of this series so far. They're going to get it done. And I think they're going to get it done by 2 goals. So if you guys are listening to this, want to make a little money on a Wednesday, happy hump day, take the Blues or take the Avalanche -1.5. That's really all I got for hockey, Jim.
There you go. Yeah. Well, the only thing I had was just nice little bet on the hockey day myself. I went ahead, rode with you with the Colorado's puck line -1.5.
Puck line -1.5.
That was at
-1.5.
plus 150, plus 155 or something like that. And then I parlayed that with just Tampa Bay to win. And I mean, they fucking took away 2 goals, and I just had to fucking squeeze my butthole for that whole time. But clench my butthole. But sure enough, they get 2-0 win. And that was a nice one. That was like plus 390 or something like that. So that was sick.
Wow, nice win there. Fuck yeah.
Just been killing with that. Live pitches and nerfies. That's all I've been doing. That's
no.
That's been my betting regimen. I don't think I've taken a straight bet since that was the last one. It's just been prop bets and shit like that. Oh man.
Yeah, as much as I love our sponsor over at fucking PointsBet, go sign up now using promo code SYS9, get 2 bets risk-free up to $2,000. How fucking good does that sound, Nick?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just awesome. You get daily boosts. They give you free bets. It's amazing.
The risk is free. I mean, I do
got to talk to them though and have them put in no goals in the first 10 minutes of a hockey game.
You can do that. You can do that in the request a bet section. You can do that.
We're gonna have to get that in.
Type it out. And it's in the request and all that. They consider it, and it's all sent back to your email, so they know that you'll get back to you on all that. So sure enough, if you keep doing it and you get enough people, it can be in there. I'm sure that any way to take money. I'm sure they're all for it. I mean, that's exactly how it goes. Do you have anything else on there before we wrap up the NHL gay?
No, that's it for hockey.
All right, cool. I'll go ahead and transition to a little basketball, little playoffs there, but just really cool. There's a little Bulls news. I don't have the full list in front of me of a all rookie team, but Ayo DeSumo makes all rookie second team for the Bulls. It's not first team, but he's on there. He's on the top. Well, that would be from last year. He's one of the top 10 rookies from the draft class. Pretty cool considering where we got him. So that's awesome. That's just all nice. So congrats to him. Fun watching him. Gonna be fun watching him grow on the team, I hope. Trade Kobe White. Let's see. Bulls, Celtics Heat. This series is shaping up to be very competitive. Last night they fucking wire to wire. The Celtics just absolutely spanked the Heat. A lot of people are seeing it. They're like, oh, once they were down fucking 22-4, they just packed it in. It was basically just done from the get-go. I don't think Lowry played, and Butler was hurt basically. I think something with his knee complications. So the fact that he played as long as he did was just like, oh, that was like, oh, he's hurt. So again, that was just something they could hang their hat on. But wire to wire, Celtics absolutely dogged them in that game 4, ties it up, and then they'll go back to Miami for game 5. I wish I could say the other series is much more competitive. I was wrong on my prediction of anyone just absolutely owning the other team, because Golden State is up 3-0, and it's like a very convincing 3-0. It's not like, oh, only by a couple points. They're absolutely dogging the Mavs, coming back down 19 points and then winning by 9 or 10 points. It's showing that there's nothing that you can do. Steph Curry's just absolutely balling out. It's a huge problem when I believe it was game 1. Klay Thompson didn't score a field goal until the third quarter, and the Golden State Warriors were already up 15, 20 points at that point. So it's coming. It's showing that it's very, very tough to beat this team. If you already look at this at odds and betting and everything for the finals, the Golden State Warriors, who aren't even in the finals yet, they're essentially they are. They're up 3-0. No one's ever come back from a 3-0 deficit in the Western Conference Finals. Basically a shoe in that they're there. They are minus 160 to win the finals, to win it all right now. I mean,
that's insane.
Yeah, it speaks volumes. Good value for anyone that's a Heat or a Celtics fan that wants to take a flyer on that, maybe. But yeah, ultimately from that, I just feel bad for Luka. He needs some damn help, honestly. Boban is not enough. His 2 minutes, 3 minutes a game is not going to be enough to turn around 15-point deficits. I was kind of thinking this, and I don't know if it's makes any sense at all, but when I compare the Bulls and I was trying to do that. I was trying to compare the Bulls and the Mavs in the same light. I kind of see where the Bulls have like all the role players and like the lower tier superstars that you're just stars that you have. And then Luka, you turn and look at the Mavs, it's just Luka and then maybe Brunson. And then they have one other guy, but like he needs some help out there. He's the superstar that has nobody, while like the Bulls are like a team of stars that just needs the superstar to put them over. So, I mean, the Mavs locked up Luka. I wouldn't even try and say like, hey, get Luka on the Bulls, but hey, get Luka on the Bulls. I mean, I don't even know. That's about it on that. Like I said, feel bad for the poor guy. They need something, but they're not going to get it. I would say it's a tough look when he's just drinking on the day, like right before his pregame. But I mean, they're European. It's different. That's like I don't know, a water or a like Gatorade to them. So they're wired different. It's whatever. There was also that thing of him like smoking hookah. So I think that's just funny. Who cares? He knows that's what's at the doorstep. Just the ending of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson just dribbling on him and just shooting threes right in his face. That's what he's due for. Other than that, I mean, the Wiggins poster dunk was also pretty cool, pretty vicious, and shout out to Luka for also just tipping his cap to him and not being like a salty bitch. So that's also pretty cool when you can do that. So other than that, I don't know. I'm kind of in the same light. I'm just falling in the same winds of I don't think anyone can stop Golden State. And if they do, it's going to be just 6 games and Golden State beats probably the Celtics, I think, in 6. I mean, still be a competitive matchup. I don't think it'll be a 4-0 sweep, 4-1 gentleman sweep in that way. But yeah, Golden State is looking fantastic. And another ring for Curry would completely solidify him being just an absolute beating the superstar and probably getting into the legendary status of being labeled and just being exactly that, being called and labeled the legend. So, I mean, he's changing the game in every single shot. Every time he takes a 3, every time he's changing the record book. So I don't know. It's crazy. Unreal. I got nothing else. I'm just kind of stammering and stuttering right here. So there you go. Golden State is the team to beat in everyone's mind, in everyone's eyes. That's how it's.
Yeah, he is on the way to legend status, man. Watching that dude play, I mean, no one does it like him. No one ever has. No one will. I mean, he's on his own fucking level. That guy.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, that's like I said, that about wraps up basketball, and yeah, I guess it about wraps up both playoffs right there.
Yeah.
If you got anything else on that, we can go on to this. Nothing too big in the MMA world before we get into the wrestling to close out as we usually do. But the last little thing, kind of something that we made mention to. I think I feel like I asked it, and when we went over the whatever it was, UFC 267 or some shit over the past week or two, and Joe Rogan answered me on episode number 1819 of the Joe Rogan Experience. Him and author / bow hunter Cam Hanes were discussing the Charles Oliveira fight, his performance and everything, but ultimately just getting to the whole thing of him missing weight and what went into that. Joe Rogan revealed that there is now a 24-hour guard. There's a security team that now watches over the official scales at the UFC facility or wherever they train, whatever sort of scales that they use. There is somebody watching it nonstop. So when they're watching it just when no one's on it, but they are watching it like a hawk when someone is on it, making sure no one's changing buttons. They're not changing any of the calibrations, the weight, what the weight is, any of the weight conversion. Because from the conversation, that's what they were saying was ultimately the problem. People going on there, changing the weight and converting it from pounds to kilograms and stuff like that. They were saying that was screwing it up, and no one resetting it, recalibrating it was also going to be a factor in it. So that could have been an influence of what led to Oliveira not being able to make weight that time. So, I mean, this is good on them. This is something that, why wasn't this in place already? But it wasn't, I guess it also just hey, we could maybe rely on people to be people, but can't do that. So good on them. Good on the UFC for installing this. This is exactly right. And it creates jobs. So that's always good too. So, I mean, always good on that. Anything on your end other than,
yeah, it might be a little overkill if you ask me, but I'm glad they're covering their ass now, so none of this shady shit does happen again.
I mean,
so
if it's something this small,
if
it's something that small and it's a half a pound difference, that's the difference between him being labeled a champion and him not being the champion. I mean, like you said, I don't mean to fucking shit on you, but it has some importance. I don't think it's overkill at all. If the attitude is like,
24-hour armed guard service,
I don't think it's armed.
No,
guards.
I know. I'm just saying, that's 24/7 for someone to watch a scale. It's not a fucking bank vault.
There's not barbed wire around it, and
they got
a fucking dog.
James Bond fucking infrared lasers.
It's just some dude with a fucking posh just ripping his fucking vape. It's just that it's not. We're probably getting in too much of what it actually is.
You know what you can do? Set up a fucking camera.
There you go.
Streaming.
You could do that, but it also is good to just be like, oh, I mean, whatever. It could be like the fucking.
No, I know. Dana White just made $400,000 last weekend playing roulette. He could have hired some fucking pimply faced posh smoking fucking 19-year-old to guard his scale for $40,000 a year.
Don't press any buttons, man.
Yeah.
Oi, I gotta get on the fucking scale, mate. I gotta make sure I gotta make weight. I just don't press any. Don't kilogram it, man. That's just
don't kilogram it.
That's all I would think. Oh, you fucking cunt. I'm not gonna do
you fucking. Yeah, I love talk. I don't know what it is. I like talking in Australian though.
Yeah.
Oh, you fucking dirty bastard, mate.
Yeah. As long as you keep it somewhat classy and you don't do the fucking hacky Outback Steakhouse impersonation, then it should be all fine. You gotta say what they actually
Outback
say.
Steakhouse.
Yeah.
Last time I was there,
they don't sponsor us, so yeah, fuck them. Who cares?
Fuck them. They do. I do like their. I think it's called the Steakhouse mac and cheese. That's some fire ass shit. But other than that,
blooming onions.
See, I'm not a big onion guy.
Okay,
no.
Okay. I love onion rings, so I mean, I
like Funyuns.
Okay, now we're kind of in the same wavelength.
Yeah, I'll eat a couple Funyuns.
We're getting there. All right, yeah. I mean that about stays in the combat sports world in terms of MMA. I mean, I don't know, have anything else. I think I saw. Oh God, what's name names? I can't name who's Velasquez. That's who's in trouble, right? He was
Cain Velasquez.
He denied bail. He was denied bond. That was the last thing I saw. So
he did shoot someone.
Yeah, he did, and I think it was a long chase. So I mean, yeah, I understand putting it.
He was out of breath.
Yeah, he sure was. In that case, we can go into our last little segment, last little session. The AEW Double or Nothing card. Finally, basically almost just about finalized in just about everyone's mind. Like I said, we got one more Dynamite. The go home show for Double or Nothing will be tomorrow. Maybe as you're watching it, maybe you're listening to the DAAAGenerates podcast as you're watching Dynamite. That'd be pretty cool. If not, that's fun too. But we're looking at a pretty stacked card. Like I made a mention of this. Going out there with the boys, it'll be me, Chucky the Cheesehead Provolone, and the Gator going out there. We'll be we're just trying to spread the word of UCW and just gambling our face off. We also mentioned it does suck that the Cubs and Sox are playing at the exact same time, but it would be pretty cool to just sit back, kick back on a nice big old easy chair and just like I said, gamble our face off with a 50-foot, 60-foot, 100-foot TV of the game going, of a bunch of games going. So that's gonna be sick. Double or nothing, getting back to it. Absolutely stacked from the buy-in to the main event. I feel there's not a lot of, it's just gonna be action packed. Not a lot of bathroom breaks. I would say there never really is with AEW shows. So I mean, we could do exactly that. It could start from the buy-in and kind of gradually make our way up of what in terms of importance on the card, or just start. Where do you want to start with? Maybe important.
Yeah, we could start at the bottom and work our way up to the main event. That
All right,
sounds
cool.
good to me.
Cool. Yeah, it's just sure enough, buy-in. We got the introduction of Hookhausen versus Tony Nese and Smart Mark Sterling. For those who don't know, Hookhausen is the tag team of Danhausen and Hook, the son of Taz, the AEW commentator and former ECW World Heavyweight Champion. This is obviously going to be fun. Might be a little squash match for Hookhausen. Hook just going to throw around. He could throw around Tony Nese. Obviously, it was cool. Tony Nese gets the squash win on Danhausen. Everyone was really psyched for Danhausen to make his debut a couple weeks ago on Rampage, or I think it was Dynamite. Pretty cool. But like I said, it was like a 30-second squash. And yeah, Tony Nese makes the big thing. I think Danhausen still isn't 100% to take full to do a full go, as just I think he did just break his leg maybe like 8 months ago. So he's still working on it, but still this would be pretty cool. And again, maybe in the terms of like honky fucking meme like, bar wrestling shit with Mark Sterling being in there. Tony Nese keeps it professional, but he also has been a part of like PWG shit before. And then the characters that are Hookhausen. So I mean, like I said, what are we feeling? Like I said, I feel like this easy win for Hookhausen in my mind.
I didn't even know Mark Sterling like actually wrestled.
Yeah, but, I mean, not much on there, but I like his managerial work. In my mind, some people probably counter with it, but I don't care. I think he's a good mic. He's a good mouthpiece for a lot of people. So I mean, yeah, this will be good. Maybe a good nice comedy opening, I suppose. Get that out of the way for what's going to be, I mean, just a serious, I mean, looking like a serious card. You're not other than like maybe one other match I'm looking at for two other matches for some hijinks and some like who gives a fuck type deal. But other than that, everything's going to be set for like you're going to buckle down. This is going to be a wrestling show. This is going to be a fucking everything's set. This is almost like the WrestleMania. This will be their 3-year anniversary of making pay-per-views. So this is going to be cool. This is going to be awesome all together. And this just opening it up, having Hook and Danhausen together, who have just been, they've been teasing a rivalry, teasing pairing them up, teasing just having them as they are. Danhausen fucking with the chips, leaving the happy birthday gift. Hook hasn't fully accepted the idea of Danhausen as a friend. He doesn't understand friends, even though he was just with Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs. But we don't talk about that. We'll focus on the chips. Other than that, I mean, just this, like I said, don't want to spend too much on it because it's a stacked ass card. Hookhausen gets probably an easy win in my mind.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's about it. Again, just staying in terms of just like least important in my mind, what might be a squash, shit that was kind of just thrown together last second. Jade Cargill will defend her TBS Women's Champion against Anna Jay. It kind of just came out of nowhere. Has been zero programming. I know Jade Cargill has had matches. She's got the baddie section. She's got her streak going, but going up against Anna Jay came out of nowhere. Absolutely, in my mind.
It did.
Yeah, there's just been no push. I feel like Anna Jay hasn't been on TV in like 2 months in my mind. It's ever since the I believe they had a street fight with, it was like Ty Conti and Anna Jay versus the Bunny and the other one, the
Penelope Ford.
Ford. That's her name. And she's been gone. She's been on a milk carton ever since that as well. So I mean, it's been a tough go for that. So I guess good for like throw her in there for the sake of it. But again, I feel like this is going to be a 30 second to a 2-minute squash match at most. There's no reason to do anything more. More of the women's thing is more in the Owen Hart final, the women's part of that. And then they also have the AEW women's championship match, which is shaping up to be better than what this match will probably be in terms of actual wrestling. Won't really stay too much on that. I know you probably have little to nothing on this match in terms of just your opinion. So what
Jade Cargill's gonna whoop her ass.
There you go.
Love Anna Jay, great Instagram follow, but she's gonna lose.
Yeah, I feel like it's exactly how it should be. I mean, I maybe something they can run a program. Whoever loses between, and that's going to be this to go home on Wednesday. We got to find out who's going to be the women's final officially. We don't know. It's between either Statlander and Ruby Soho on one side, or Britt Baker and Toni Storm on the other side. So they will both of those matches determine the actual final. In my mind, I'm thinking it's going to be Britt Baker beating Toni Storm in some way to get into the final. I don't think she wins the final. It should be Chris Statlander. And then from there, Statlander goes on to beat, I think she could do the program with Jade Cargill and have Statlander be the first person to beat Cargill. I mean, that'd be in my mind something they could do to actually put some momentum into this lackadaisical women's division, who has a lot of talent, but just hasn't been able to piece it together for some reason, some odd way. I know the demographic and I know the audience knows who the Japanese performers are, but to the consumer like myself and the casual viewer, they don't know who Maka Ito is. They don't know who these women are coming from overseas, unless they're, like I said, unless they're already in the niche of the niche demographic that likes the Japanese women's wrestling. So stop force feeding that down our throat, and that being the surprise entrant, and properly push and promote Ruby Soho, who's been subject to just being on Rampage nonstop instead of being on Dynamite. She's not the best, but she's definitely it could be a household name coming from the WWE. We already know who she is. We've seen her face. So push that, go with that. But instead, you want to keep throwing out fucking Riho. Oh boy. I mean, that's just where the downfall keeps happening right there. I don't know. It's rough and it's a tough go. If you could push these gals and make it actually get them over, it'd be a different story, but it just isn't happening. And the only thing that it is like that's it. That's basically it on there. So I don't know. I see Statlander taking the whole thing in my mind. That's the finals for me. Like I said, we're sitting on a prediction and I could be completely wrong. She could be eliminated by the time that this goes. They could be running back Ruby Soho and Britt Baker again. So who knows? And again, I could even be wrong with that, because then Toni Storm. There's a ton of things going on right there. A big mess. I don't know if you had anything on just that.
Yeah, I think as far as, who's going to win the matches, I don't think you can have a pay-per-view without Britt Baker in it. So
that's what I was thinking.
Being one of the quote unquote 4 or 5 pillars of AEW, you can't not have her on a pay-per-view. So she, she's going to get the win. I'm right with you. I really hope they push Statlander, because I love her. She is so yummy. But yeah, she's a great wrestler. She's a bigger chick. She moves well. She's what'd she do to Kiera Hogan the other day? She picked her up and pressed her over her head. Like,
that's cool.
That's impressive.
Awesome.
That's impressive as shit. So I'd like to see her and Jade Cargill go at it. Two big fucking tank women like that. Oh,
Yeah,
my wiener just moved.
And they've
Yeah.
Jade Cargill shown that she's gotten better over the past couple. I mean, she started off really green, and like I said, the performance has gotten better and better each time. I feel so. I've completely flipped the script. I was very, very skeptical when Jade Cargill first debuted with Shaq of all people, but sure enough, she's turned it around, and I guess I would be in the baddie section. I wouldn't be allowed there. I would just be like, I'm a baddie. And like, no, you're not. I support, I guess. I don't know. I'm just trying. But yeah, that's about it on that. Just staying in that same realm of the Owen Hart final. It's not for certain. The last the last semifinal matchup is between Samoa Joe and Kyle O'Reilly, but Kyle O'Reilly will not be going up against Adam Cole. It just wouldn't make sense for the storyline. So I'm thinking Samoa Joe versus Adam Cole. And again, I don't know who the winner's going to be. I don't know. Would they run it back with Adam Cole and maybe Hangman and Punk, or would they do Samoa? Oh my God. It just hit me now. Samoa Joe wins. CM Punk wins. You run Samoa Joe versus CM Punk like it's Ring of Honor fucking mid 2000s again. And they have their fucking hour-long matches like they did back in the day. Oh my God. That just fucking happened right now. So that's what they should do. What they could do. I don't know what they will do. So we'll see how it goes. Either way, you can't go wrong. Adam Cole or Samoa Joe winning this and becoming number one contender. It's always money. I mean, Samoa Joe and Adam Cole are two top performers right now. So I can't be mad either way. So I mean, what are you feeling on this? Yeah, maybe you got a better
yeah, I'd like to see him push Samoa Joe. I'm starting to come around on Adam Cole. I never really fucking liked him. And you're right, Kyle O'Reilly's not winning the match tomorrow night, so we could already just book it as
and shout
Samoa
out to
Joe.
O'Reilly versus Ray Phoenix last week. What a performance. That was such a great match right there. I love when two guys that are labeled tag team guys, tag team performers, and then they go out in singles competition and just blow the fucking house, like blow the doors off the fucking roof or whatever. Blow the doors off the roof. you got doors on your roof there, Bill? I don't know what they do over there. Okay, for sure. Yeah, so yeah, they just fucking they tore down the house. That's what I was probably trying to say. So what a solid performance. However, yeah, he's not going to get the win over Samoa Joe, but
yeah, I don't know. Whoever wins this one, I'll be happy, I guess.
Yeah,
whether it's Samoa Joe, Adam Cole, you can't go wrong either way.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same boat right there.
I'm thinking
I'll be going Joe's going to kill you while I'm in the crowd, but if Adam Cole gets the win, I'll be like, okay, makes sense. Like I can't.
I think that fucking Satnam Singh and Jay Lethal might pull some shenanigans.
That's my thing. If Adam Cole does that, I mean, there's a ton of things that can go. I mean, sure enough, the whole Red Dragon can come in. And Undisputed Elite, even the Young Bucks that are in a match later on could come in and fuck around. But yeah, that could also be the thing. Like I've been making mention to, Sugman Singh, Jay Lethal, and Sanjay Dutt can all go over there and fuck over Samoa Joe, because he's been doing that TV title run. But yeah, I mean, that's just how it is. That's all like you said, I can't be mad either way. I think that's the best outcome all the time, and that's what you would want to hear as a booker. So I feel that's good. On to the next one if you got more, but I think we're good. AEW tag titles. We got Jurassic Express trying to retain against Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland, as well as Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs, a 3-way tag team title bout. Again, I can't make heads or tails of it. And another one where if either one wins, I can't be mad. I mean, Jurassic Express hasn't put together the gold run of tag team champions. They've kind of been in the back burner this whole time when the Young Bucks aren't really the front runners of the tag team division, or the tag team titles. They kind of get in the back. They kind of get put in the B or the C role. So it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. You could also do your part and get yourself over, but they haven't really had the opportunity. Either way, I like Keith Lee and sort of Strickland. This pairing has kind of been odd in some ways. A lot of people are like, oh, AEW's dropped the ball with Keith Lee. I like putting him in this tag team little realm. You've never seen him like this before. You know, for 100% for a fact, he can be a singles competitor. So why not try this? Try this now while he's 100% or something. Give him a tag title run or something like that. It'd be cool. And then later on, when they do drop the titles or something like that, when this team is no longer a thing, he can have a singles run. He can go for the TNT title. He can go for the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. The Keith Lee ball has not been dropped. I hope everyone can just hold off on that fucking thought. And Swerve Strickland, fantastic performer. I mean, I love that little fucking moonsault off of Keith Lee's chest, and then their finishing move is actually pretty cool too. If you got a chance to look at that, I think it's just simply like Keith Lee goes for a power bomb, and Swerve Strickland just kind of comes down on the guy's chest. He does a very good job of placing his feet out, but that's what it looks like. It looks like he's giving the double boots to the fucking chest and impaling him. And again, can't be mad even if Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs gets the win. Team FTW, Team Taz, making noise. Ricky Starks is just fantastic on the mic. He's fantastic in the ring. And Powerhouse Hobbs, nice guy. Met him at the airport. He's a nice guy. That's all I got to say about him. So, I'm just kidding, but like he's also just dominant in the ring. He can actually was green at the time, has since become much, much better, and just in shape and just in general. So just another match. I'll say it again. Can't go wrong either way. What are you feeling? Maybe a prediction I missed.
As much as I like Keith Lee, like he's become one of my favorites since in just the short time that he's already been there. Obviously always relate to the big guys. So yep. I like him. It's like, I can't imagine like Team Taz or Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland being the champs. I just can't right now. I don't think they've done enough like as tag teams to warrant being the title holders. I mean, I agree. The Jurassic Express, like,
they're the only established tag team. They've been obviously the longest team in AEW right now.
Yeah. Their little run that they have, it hasn't been the greatest. I still think they retain. And I mean, maybe this could be even a segue into, the other tag team match that's on this card that I think could be a show stealer.
Oh, absolutely.
I would like to see Jurassic Express maybe somewhere down the line get into it with the fucking Hardy Boys. And I mean, yeah, I think that'd be a great fucking dynamic. Jeff Hardy's crazy ass, and Jungle Boy, yeah. And then you get the two stiff fucks with Luchasaurus and Matt Hardy.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. That would be actually on paper that does make up to be a pretty good matchup where Jungle Boy could be high flying and flying around with Jeff Hardy. And then sure enough, Matt Hardy, who's I'll say he's been grounded. He doesn't fly around as much. Can take the Luchasaurus kicks and his moonsault and whatever, and then he'll take the side effect from him and all that. That would be, they could give them the rub in terms of that, and then maybe they retain, but that would also make a good way for like the Hardys to get the titles. Like it gives them. I don't know. I don't think that necessarily buries Jurassic Express in that sense either, but that's just looking forward, even in the future, beyond the future. We're looking 20 matches ahead right now, honestly. I mean, yeah, do you want me to just go? We can go right into, I mean, I had it later down the line in terms of importance and shit, but just for the sake of talking about it, I mean, Young Bucks Hardys. I mean, what the fuck? Holy shit. I mean, this is, we've seen this before.
It's a dream match.
Sure. We've seen this before in Ring of Honor, but this is everything everyone's been wanting since the idea of Jeff Hardy coming out of his contract was like, oh, Jeff Hardy's done in WWE. Hardy's versus Young Bucks right now. That was I threw it out there. Maybe it was on the recording, or maybe it was just in conversation. I was loving the idea of maybe a TLC style match with the Young Bucks, Hardys, maybe FTR can throw it
I
in
know.
there.
Where's FTR at?
I got a bunch of names on here that just aren't on the pay-per-view. You talk about pillars. Darby Allin isn't there. Sammy Guevara isn't there. Sting isn't on the card just yet. FTR nowhere to be found. Miro, Kenny Omega, Red Dragon not scheduled. Jay Lethal, Sammy Guevara, Ty Conti. I already said Sammy, but again, and then Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page, Dan Lambert. The entire TNT title just isn't. That whole storyline just isn't there, and no Dork Order, no Dork Order to be found at all. So,
Good.
yeah, I'll keep it that way. I like that, except for Hangman, who I guess is still in the.
Nah, he left them in the fucking dust.
Okay, good. I hope so. But no, this is Hardy's Young Bucks. This is absolutely. This is going to be fantastic. I like the idea. I love the idea that they aren't going to put a stipulation on this match, and they shouldn't. If they go out there and perform an absolute banger without a stipulation on there, that can shut up a lot of fucking haters and a lot of people that are just criticizing, saying, "Oh, the Bucks need a ladder and and they need that to be entertaining. They need some sort of fucking stipulation. They need some sort of fucking big name on their marquee
I totally
match."
Disagree.
Yeah, to be the guys, but this will be it. And sure enough, this is like, again, like the criticizers, this is who they're quote unquote imitating versus exactly then. They're the Hardly boys versus the Hardy boys is what I guess what Jim Cornette would say. So I'm gonna kick back. I'm gonna fucking love every second of this. In terms of
potential
momentum,
show stealer, man.
yeah,
This is gonna be
without
awesome.
a doubt. I'm afraid that the Young Bucks are gonna get booed, and some people are gonna take it as, oh, did you? No, it's just gonna be a lot of diehard Hardy Boys fans, I feel, and just I don't know, just it's maybe hopefully people aren't saying go home heat. A lot of people are turning their backs on the Young Bucks a little bit, but everything they touch turns to gold. There's nothing, no one can argue that. It's so hard to think that, but I don't know. There's like you said, show stealer potential right here. Not a lot it can be compared to it. This is gonna be amazing.
Totally like off topic. There's this guy that I work with who looks just like Nick Jackson. I'll have to maybe try and sneak a picture of him one day. And looks just like Nick. It's crazy.
That's sick. If you got no more on that, we can move on to another one. Let's see. Yeah, we're kind of getting down to the nitty gritty. I'll just go with this in terms of my notes in order now. I got MJF versus Wardlow, and basically a little grudge match type deal. It's not, again, no stipulation on it, but pending any funny business in the cage between Sean Spears and Wardlow, the piggy. Other than that, I think it'll be a nice clean win. That's going to be a crazy Dynamite. You got Wardlow in a cage with Sean Spears, Ricky Starks, Swerve Strickland, and Jungle Boy in a triple threat. Triple threats are always fucking fantastic. Those are always a fucking what would it be? Just action packed nonstop. I can't think of then the three Owen Hart qualifier or semifinals matches in the women's and the men's. So that's shaping up to be a fantastic go home episode of Dynamite. But yeah, sure enough, MJF, Wardlow in the second cage, his second cage in AEW history. This is everything. Just talk about the Young Bucks turning everything to gold. MJF again, just what a performance! Just on the mic, getting everyone to hate him constantly in interviews. Now it's like, oh, is he going to WWE? Being the MJF fan, I want to say this, and I think it still is. I think he's working a lot of people when he says that. Sure, it's gonna truly come down to who pays him the most. And I wouldn't put it past him that WWE would put a pretty penny in front of his face. But if Tony Khan has any sense in his mind, he will pay MJF any amount of money that he wants to stay in AEW, because he's been doing this nonstop and he hasn't won a title. He's had one title match. That's it. And the MJF has constantly been in the front of storylines. He's always on fucking interviews, like I said, and he's on the cup, he's on the toys, he's on this, he's on that. He's a star, and he's only fucking 24, 25 years old, and he just leads arenas and just in passionate hate being thrown at him. So pay this man. This is all I'm saying when it comes to whatever.
Yeah,
2024 or something like that when the time comes.
I just totally had a fucking epiphany, and this has to go back to the AEW World Championship tag titles. Tomorrow we're getting FTR versus Roppongi Vice in the main event.
Oh, okay.
So I'm thinking we should pull a fucking WWE, have fucking the New Day come out, announce that it's now a fatal 4-way tag match, and FTR fucking beats Jungle Express. I'll take
would
it.
Be sick.
It won't happen, but I'm just upset they're not on the fucking
I know. But
they still got I was about to say the power play, the pay-per-view, but I didn't like FTR at the beginning either, but I actually really like them now.
Yeah, they're top guys for a reason.
But yeah, like you said earlier, tomorrow's Dynamite's going to be fucking crazy. In terms of
Wardlow MJF,
Wardlow MJF,
what happens?
I don't know.
Does MJF fuck over Wardlow and Wardlow is under contract to MJF forever, or does Wardlow the pig?
So does Wardlow have to win his match to get out of the contract?
Yeah, he's got to win so that MJF will officially release him underneath his contract. He has Wardlow.
Maybe
signed.
Wardlow wins and MJF still fucks him over. I don't know.
There could be something like that. I also see it would be very detrimental for MJF to get the win and for Wardlow to just have all this momentum pissed away in some sort. You need to keep, if you're gonna, I don't see where we keep MJF in the win column and also keep Wardlow's momentum. That ship probably has sailed. Wardlow, oh man. It would probably have to be a run back with like the Cody Rhodes deal, which was cool. I love the 10 lashes and the comparison. They're like Wardlow taking it like a champ and then comparing it when Cody Rhodes took the 10 lashes and he's on the ground, he's wiling and raving in pain, and he has to get his friends and the Young Bucks have to come in and console him and say, it's just one more. It's just one more. You can take one more. And Wardlow's just sitting there. He's taking 9, 10, 12, 15 to the back and he's laughing. I love that visual. I think that's so cool. If they were trying to do that, that's what it came off of to me. Cody Rhodes, you look like a little bitch. That's what you look like, a little dramatic bitch.
Maybe you guys just heard my mic ruffling around a little bit. I just got the worst cramp ever in my fucking leg. And I actually had to mute my mic because I was it hurts so fucking bad. But yeah, I'd like to see, I like MJF too, but I'd like to see Wardlow win.
I think Wardlow,
he's got so much going for him now.
Yeah.
It's not going to hurt MJF to take a loss here, I don't think.
No, I don't think so either. Oh, excuse me. I mean, yeah, either way.
Oh, my leg.
It looks good. And even if Wardlow gets the win, if he gets it clean, if he doesn't, they could run it back again. They can make it a little bit longer. Wardlow, you fucked me over and act like MJF was getting fucked the whole time we can
pull the fucking double turn. Yeah. MJF turns face.
No, that'll never happen. That would kill his character completely. I can't really make heads or tails a lot of these matches. I have a lot of what could be. Obviously, I mean, that's exactly what it is. I'm not sitting there next to Tony Khan. I would love to. I'd love to be on the board, but I don't know. I don't know shit
The
right
con
now.
man, baby.
Yeah. With that being said, we can move on to Anarchy in the Arena. We got the Jericho Appreciation Society versus your boy Eddie Kingston, Santana Ortiz, Brian Danielson, and John Moxley. I love the promo that they were doing, this little back and forth spit spat, and then they were like, all right, it'll be Stadium Stampede 3. And John Moxley goes, no, I ain't doing that shit.
Now, what is that? I don't know what that is.
Stadium Stampede was the 2 years in a row at both Double or Nothings. They did exactly that. They had a match at a pre-recorded at a stadium, and they just had the 5-on-5. In the first one, it was the Elite, Cody, Kenny. Let me think. It was the Young Bucks, Kenny, Hangman, and Cody versus the Inner Circle. And that was, of course, it was exactly that.
Okay,
and
yeah.
The Inner Circle ran it back the second time with the Pinnacle, and they were just running all over the Jacksonville Stadium, whatever it was, the football stadium. They were doing spots everywhere. Like I said, pre-recorded spot. Oh, sorry, it wasn't Cody. It was Matt Hardy, because Matt Hardy, that's how he got into the second spot or whatever. That he was like dumped into the pool, and that's how we changed characters and shit like that. So that's why I was like, it gets a little ridiculous. And they were in that boat of the Jericho Appreciation Society is the superstars and not professional wrestlers. They're sports entertainers. And that's exactly what it was. It was very sports entertaining-y to do Stadium Stampede. Now they're going to do Anarchy in the Arena. They're just going to beat the fuck out of each other for probably all throughout. So, I mean, probably be a little cool. Maybe they have some spots on the outside or in the in the concession stand areas and shit like that. So we'll see how it goes.
Get some crowd interaction. Maybe they're up by you guys.
Maybe. I think we're up in the 300, but we're sitting front row, nice and easy. That'd be 300, 200 area, but like I said, front row, nice and cool. We'll be able to see just about everything. I don't think they'll look like ants. It's a nice little arena in there, but cool on them. I think Kingston and them, they can get the win. There should be no reason to give Danielson and Moxley the loss. If they do, it'll be just that. Maybe the downfall of Danielson and Moxley start turning on each other a little bit, because they got the whole thing with Kingston and Danielson not liking each other or whatever. So there's that. And I can see the very next episode, Jericho can be having a celebration. So I think I just talked myself into Jericho Appreciation Society.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna get the win.
Yeah, I think I just talked myself into that. It's just exactly like that. They'll probably not the fireball. Kingston will get his revenge in some sort of fiery way, but I don't think they'll get the win. It'll be something like that. Either Kingston will be too much trying to get revenge, not focused on the win. Santana Ortiz will either be upset at that, or Danielson will be upset, and it'll cause problems in the Blackpool Combat Club. That's always hard to remember, but shaping up to be pretty cool. Like I said, I think I just booked myself into Jericho Appreciation Society for that one. I'm not going to be singing along to the song. That song sucks. Fozzy sucks. Let's see. We got three more on the docket. Just let me see. We got probably will be the filler in between the main events of these two matches. So I think I'll just do this one first. We'll do the AEW Women's Championship Serena Deeb Thunder Rosa. Not really much on this. I think Thunder Rosa will retain. It'll be a very probably slow at the beginning, probably a 15-minute long match. This might be the time to go get a break, but I think some people might be disappointed. If you're looking for some good wrestling, this will be a nice match. Serena Deeb and Thunder Rosa, two very technically sound wrestlers in this matchup. But like I said, Thunder Rosa just won the title very recently. AEW, other than the TNT title, which seems to flip-flop hands, the titles stay put for a little bit. So I think Thunder Rosa retains. What do you think?
Yeah, 100%. She's no way she's losing.
Yeah, like I love the compelling, things that Serena Deeb. She had the She had the nice little promo cutting it with Dustin and all that. Drawing back to when she was in WWE, that was the pigs or the people that she was referring to, the men that were hawking over her, begging her to get the breast implants. And sure enough, I didn't even know. I didn't see it. Like, yeah, her breasts were bigger when they cut to the
nice.
They were bigger in the WWE tape, and yeah, they cut to now. I guess you just must have got rid of them. I mean, I didn't know you could do that. I guess no, that makes sense. Yeah. Just, I mean, you can put them in. Why can't you take them out? So yeah, it just shows that I already know I'm not a doctor. We're doing this. So yeah, it was, like I said, very compelling and passionate. Excuse me, promo that she cut with Dustin Rhodes in the ring. I think she ultimately slapped him or something like that, and then Thunder Rosa was getting pulled away, and Thunder Rosa hits him with the elbow that allows Serena Deeb to get the chair or the title and hit Thunder Rosa in the head, which you always see that's like the downfall. It's you never see the competitor holding up the championship. Very very small amount of times you see the winner being that. So Thunder Rosa gets the last laugh, I think, gets and retains. Out of the next one, if you had nothing else on that, something that you'll definitely be loving, Death Triangle versus House of Black. Again, just a 3-on-3, shaping up to be some little bit of a grudge match type deal, but these are just 6 fantastic competitors that are just gonna absolutely tear the house down. I feel this is gonna be. Some might say, the show might have already been stolen by the Young Bucks and the Hardys, but this has other potential. A lot of people are Pac fans. A lot of people love Lucha Underground. I can't even think of it. Just Ray Phoenix and Pentagon Jr. They love them together. I do too. I mean, they basically had the match of the year last year with the Young Bucks and them too. So. And then, yeah, our personal favorites over here. You got Malachi Black and then Brody King. Shout out to him. He's just such an athletic big man. He's doing a lot of very good matches over in New Japan. If you're not New Japan over here in the States, you had a nice one with Minoru Suzuki. So just good on him. And then I'll even shout out Booty Murphy, or is it just Buddy? I don't know what he's going by, but good. This is going to be a fun, crazy match. I feel like just high flying. I don't know. I think Death Triangle gets the win, but maybe this is the reveal that what's her face?
Julia Hart.
Julia Hart is officially going to be probably a part of the House of Black. So maybe that has some part to do with it.
She changed her Instagram picture to just black.
Oh no.
Yeah.
She might be completely like done for that. Yeah, that's it. That's it. No turning back now. All righty. Yeah, and that leads to our main event. We have Hangman Adam Page, the champion, versus the hometown favorite over here, CM Punk. For the people that are, hopefully I'm putting this up on YouTube, so that's why I'm just using the visuals at all. So, yeah, CM Punk, Adam Page. They've turned it on in terms of just the intensity. They kind of lost a week in terms of face-to-face chances or opportunities, but CM Punk and with Adam Page getting COVID that 1 week, but CM Punk was able to make up for it, cutting that nice little promo. Adam Page following it up the next week. Even after that, CM Punk using the Adam Page's clothesline buckshot lariat to win against John Silver. Then following up the next week, so I don't know who it was exactly. I forgot the name, but Adam Page had that match against that. Oh God, the guy from DDT. That's that promotion. But oh geez, I almost turned off my mic. But yeah, and he finished him with a GTS for the win. So I mean, it's fun. It's cool to see that they're stealing each other's finishing moves for the finishers. That's like to get the blood boiling, get it going. I feel like they're definitely riding the wave of just like, hey, Adam Page is not necessarily like the fans hate him, but everyone loves CM Punk. So he's going to be the heel. So just bleed into that. Let Adam Page be an asshole. Let him get the low hanging fruit of oh, you were a UFC fighter that couldn't make it or something like that. Let him take shots like that. He's probably gonna take some cheap shots, and I see that happening. And I think this is gonna be crazy. Again, love that there's minimal to no stipulations on just about any one of these matches here in Double or Nothing. So this is gonna be an all-out fight. That is gonna be great. Just a 20 CM Punk's been able to put together some absolute bangers just on TV. But I love the comment that Adam Page had a couple of weeks ago. It's like, this isn't going to be a Bret Hart jerk fest simulation or whatever it was, just because that's homage. Basically, that's what it's been. If you follow a guy like Promo Joe on YouTube, who puts up a lot of side by sides of old Bret Hart matches and then showing it basically CM Punk doing homages to the same moves in the exact same spots. So it's pretty cool. And I just thought that was a fun little spot by Adam Page. This is going to be crazy. Anything less than a CM Punk win, in my mind, is going to absolutely shock me. If Adam Page retains, a lot of people are going to go crazy. I don't know what it is, for better or for worse. A lot of people are going to go crazy. So it would be great on him. Adam Page being the AEW original, being a guy that Tony Khan has been wanting to push and has been there since the beginning, day one. Great if he gets the win and retains. But CM Punk is literally the reason that millions of people have come back to watch wrestling again. So not giving him the title first opportunity seems like a swing and a miss. So this seems like an easy layup. CM Punk gets the win for me. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be rooting for CM Punk. The only thing I'm worried about though is, go all the way back to opening night, August 20th. What was the first thing he said he wanted to work with and help out these younger guys? And I think he might do that with Adam Page. He might give him that win. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna be rooting for CM Punk, obviously, hometown boy. Got me back into wrestling.
It also helps the brand if he's the front runner. Like, oh, the casual fan will see, oh, CM Punk's champion again. Let me watch AEW. Oh, I'm watching AEW now. Who's Adam Page? Who's Pac? Who's Luchasaurus? Who's Jungle Boy? So while in the short term, it might look bad that he gets the loss for Adam Page, allowing CM Punk to be the champion and for so many more eyeballs to be on AEW in general, that might be
I think
more
you just
beneficial.
Talked me into it. Yeah,
that might be more beneficial. That's insider baseball type talk. But like I said, in terms of what looks good, what looks bad, in your win-loss record, it might be detrimental. But again, you're losing to a guy like CM Punk, who has all this momentum, who his only loss is to my boy MJF, twice, not once, twice
in the same night.
Yes, in the city of Chicago, who CM Punk don't lose there. So I mean, it don't happen. So crazy enough as it is, I feel like CM Punk gets the win. I don't see Adam Page taking a long leave of absence like Kenny Omega has, but I mean, CM Punk getting the win and getting the title opens the door for CM Punk versus Samoa Joe, like I made mention to. CM Punk versus Omega down the line. Punk versus Danielson.
Yeah.
Punk versus
Hook.
Punk versus Hook.
Send Hook.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think you talked me into it. I'm 100%.
I mean, I can just look to the side over here. I mean, I'm looking at look at all these figures that I got over here. I mean, you could throw Sammy Guevara in there if he gets out of this little TNT title reign, but just again, like, so many opportunities. And then when CM Punk, if he does win the title and then 6-8 months down the line, he loses it, whoever he loses it to will be the biggest guy at that time and probably for the next 6-7 months after that. So I mean, that gives them the ultimate rub. I mean, and that would be my hope would be CM Punk title, MJF, they run it back. Oh, I'm the only person that beat you. I'll do it again. Bang.
That'd be
MJF wins the
insane.
title. Oh, I would fucking.
Yeah,
You would never hear the
awesome.
end of it. You would never hear the end of it from me. That would be the great. That's great. But yeah, in terms of what happens at this Double or Nothing, CM Punk, GTS, I would be fucking crazy if he's going into the buckshot. I'm calling it. He's going into the buckshot, flips over, CM Punk ducks, gets him into the GTS, knee, good night. That's it. CM Punk wins. That's Double or Nothing right there. Put up the little icon in the corner saying good night, copyright 2022. That's it. DraftKings sponsored. Oh, well, they sponsor them. They don't sponsor us. PointsBet sponsors up. SYS9, you sons of bitches. Go get your free bets. With that being said, if you got anything more on Double or Nothing, just to wrap anything up, that was about it for me. That's gonna be a crazy fucking show. I already named a bunch of names that aren't gonna be there. Maybe disappointing, but I think there's no scheduled like big name. No one's been throwing that around. There usually is like not a big reveal, but I mean, I remember last year it wasn't the big reveal, but Leo Rush was in the Joker turn. It was in the Aces Wild Battle Royale. If they're doing that, they might be. I don't know if they're doing the men's or women's. If they're gonna do that. They have time to push that. But they announced Mark Henry last year too, so that was a big reveal. I feel like this would be the perfect opportunity to get Miro back in the picture, have him come out when, I don't know. It could be exactly that. CM Punk and Miro. It could be just that. I don't know. It could be if they somehow make their way and throw in the TNT title into this picture, but they haven't been making waves. Miro needs to be back. Miro needs some sort of title push again. So everyone's been clamoring for that. I feel like, yeah, I don't know what it was. I feel like maybe I think he got injured or something like that. So, but just we'll see. This is gonna be a fantastic card. I cannot wait to get on there, to get over there. Yeah,
that's gonna be awesome.
Crazy.
You guys are gonna have a fucking amazing
Crazy.
time.
Yeah, I cannot wait. I might even, if we land in time, might be there for the Fan Fest. I'm gonna try and sneak in there. I know they're gonna be dropping some an AEW exclusive shop AEW figure. Gotta snag one of those as always. Gotta add to the collection, but I gotta make sure I land in time. I haven't bought the ticket. That was my only thing. I gotta make sure I land in time, and then I'd be like, okay, get off the plane, go buy a ticket, then go to the whatever Coliseum or stadium that they have it at. So that's the goal. But in general, I mean, they always put together fantastic little things the whole time. I mean, they're having the whole thing there. I think it's Wednesday Dynamite, the Friday Rampage, and then we'll be flying in Saturday and then staying Sunday, obviously, for the pay-per-view. So that's gonna be fun. So much fun. And I've never been there before. And I mean, from what I understand, it's just nice that it's back to basically being normal. I guess that's, for lack of a better term. It's back to just being popping and being Las Vegas again. So that's pretty cool. So that's good to see. Maybe see some of you crazy motherfuckers out there. I don't know if you see it. Shout out the DAAAGenerates. Just say that. I'll definitely turn my head. You'll get me looking. So. Yeah, any more than that, we can wrap this baby up. I gotta go take my dog to the vet.
Real quick, we talked about it. Fucking Friday, Obi-Wan Kenobi comes out. Where I'm not gonna do no preview or nothing. We're gonna be fucking talking about the episodes as they come out. We get the first two coming at us. I'm so fucking excited. I've been waiting 17 years for this moment. I took off of work Friday. I'm staying up. I'm going to pound some Red Bull. I'm going to watch fucking episodes 1 and 2, and we're going to talk about it right here on episode 106 of the Degenerates podcast next week. May the force be with you guys. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Nick, I know you and the boys are going to enjoy your weekend. That's going to be fucking awesome. And we could fucking wrap this bitch up.
Oh yeah, I guess always. Shout out, Shoot Your Shot Sports. Thank you as always over there. Thank you, PointsBet,
SYS9. That's the code. Go do it. Get your free bet. Get your free bets up to $2,000.
Yeah, get your free bets. I got one the
yeah.
other day. Come on, what are you waiting for?
There you go. Exactly. I mean, like I said, I even made mention they threw me free money just for no reason. Sometime I bet it, and then I lost or may have won it. I don't want to say, but it is what it is. But yeah, go ahead, join PointsBet. Thank you everyone over there. Thank you, Bill, joining us over here, and always having a great conversation. Is there anybody else we got to thank? I think Troy.
Troy, as always.
Yeah. Oh, that's just in the realm of thank yous. So thank you for listening. Take care. And yeah, maybe shout out to the first YouTube episode that we put up. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, here we go.
So yeah, hell yeah. Well, we'll see. I might have to edit that out now. We'll see.
Who gives a fuck?
I know. Who cares? Take care. Whoa.